Hey guys, can I come in and play? Nobody wants to play with me out here.
Hey, Sarge. So, welcome to the new FMAC.
Hey, thanks. Oh, FMAC. What does FMAK stand for?
Well, give it a minute, Sarge. I think it'll come to you. Oh,
I'm sorry.
I have a slightly different version of that. I'll have to put it over there for next time.
I totally forgot about it. I saw it and I went with our old one and I'm like, oh crap. As it's playing through, I see the bottom one. I'm like, oh man, I blew it. Oh, I'm glad I didn't click the second bottom one. Nope, I see it's no longer in existence. Okay, you took care of that.
I'm gonna put up the newer one.
Okay, all right. Good morning.
It's the same thing. I just changed like an avatar and some other stuff. Anyway, what the hell do you want?
I want to show off my avatar. This is a production of Ariel, not Angel. Or is it Angel, not Ariel? I get it confused.
Yeah, I don't think it matters. He's a foreigner.
It's the A in FMAC.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, kind of a crazy thing. I watched some of the most ridiculous, funny, idiotic streams last night. And I thought I could take 6 hours and chew each of these up as we often do. F3 does, Shiz Happens does. I've never seen Factomatus do it. Good morning, Fac. How are you? I need an intro for my lives. Nice wave, everyone. Wave back. Where was I? Dare Specific, Fraud at Wrangler. This thing called sniping. It's fun. Sometimes it's serious. Sometimes people laugh at each other. Some people laugh with each other. And as I'm going through it, I'm realizing, if I can make new avatars or actually put up avatars what other people created, I thought, hey, you know what? Rather than chew this up for 6 hours, let's try and just pull up each new avatar and tell the story of last night behind it. Does this sound corny?
Yeah, probably, but what the heck? That's what the YouTube is out there for.
Well, sometimes I'm going to laugh at, sometimes I'm going to laugh with, and sometimes I'm just curious. And I probably don't want you to talk about it here, but I want to point out something I did notice. Yesterday, I was kind of teasing you from the chat on my way out the door to see Holly, and I didn't get a block or two away, and my phone started blowing up. People were concerned. And what they were concerned about is this guy. I don't mean to make fun of. I don't mean to critique or even query. It scared me. Not in the moment. In the moment, I turned around. I mean, it scared me enough to turn around and turn back on my computer. But when I turned it on, you were talking. And I'm like, oh, he's talking. He's fine. It must have been one of those freeze screen things. So I turned off my computer and I drove away. Later on, when I went down the rabbit holes and the sub-rabbit holes and kind of like what I'm doing right now, someone played it back, and that did kind of worry me. I want you to know that you scared a lot of folks. Whether you want to talk about it or not, that's entirely up to you. I'm ready to move on unless you want to talk about it.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, I took it as you fell asleep. I'll leave it at that.
I wasn't even conscious that it happened. But
oh, okay. Anywho, so I started watching a couple things around 10. Of course, I have to log on 11, do a handoff at midnight, and if it's quiet, I usually go to sleep. Wait for the ping, ping, ping. Like what was it, Thursday night? Oh my God, CrowdStrike. Well, when I watched, I forgot who I was watching, but I realized from watching them that indeed this guy was hosting a live stream. I'm doing it by avatar rather than going through the 6 hours or more of live stream references to post stream references to other live streams. Well, when I tuned into this guy, this is Vegas Phipps, by the way. I paid $120 for this picture, and I found out last night I could have had it for free. Fools and their money are soon separated. So Vegas Phipps is hosting. Some people are very near and dear to our hearts, i.e., Jelly Specific, and one of Muckster's favorites. What's the guy's name? Brick Jones. Now, Brick Jones wasn't on yet, but we did what I think folks are calling a streamception or a snipeception. I call it an infinity mirror.
I call it trolling, but okay.
Well, one channel stream snipes another channel who's stream sniping them right back, and you get to where you almost have conversations between them. But last night was a new flavor. Last night, I don't know who sniped who first. I couldn't tell if it was Shiz's channel or Jeff's channel. Not sure which, but I got to give credit to Gender Specific and this guy who's wearing the little girl's underwear here. Oh, turnaround is fair play. Okay. I forgot to ask, do we want this to be open panel or just us up here ragging on everybody? I'm going to rag on everyone.
Yeah, you have a plan in your mind, so I think you have to decide if you want other people up there or not.
I'm just going to go with it. I'm sorry if I offend any of you. By the way, this guy is watching. If he's not watching manually, he is recording and he will watch it later. Even if we take it down, it's recorded. And I'll get to that point later on. I'm sorry.
That way, if YouTube screws around with me anymore and starts deleting stuff on me, I can just call my old friend Miss Vippy and say, hey, can I get a copy of my broadcast from that day?
Exactly. He's done it to us. He's done it to Shiz. He's done it to, I can't imagine. He's got a lot of channels. And yeah, I took
people
the guys.
People are obsessed with you. I'm telling you, they're obsessed with me. Everybody's recording me. You got the well, I didn't realize Vippy did this stuff. And then there's the guy who can't afford dentures. I forget his name, but everybody just is constantly recording me. In fact, you're not recording me, are you? That would disturb me because,
He
Anyway.
definitely is. Anyway, yeah, on the sniping of the sniping of the sniper, we've seen it many times before between
I do
general
like I like Fact's description, by the way.
fact. It's like when dogs sniff another dog's. It is. It is. Well, last night was rather amazing. I saw something in Vips and General Specific that I didn't know they had. They had a little bit of discipline. Rather than keep talking and get the conversation going, they just sat there. Whether I don't know, I couldn't tell if it was Jeff's channel or Shiz's channel, but they're stream sniping them, they're sniping them back. But all we heard
Wait.
was
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm going to
Okay.
interrupt. Do you mind if
Okay.
I interrupt? I think I'm going to
Yeah,
interrupt.
I think you should
Are you-
interrupt right about now.
Are you telling me
Uh-huh.
that? See, now this blows my mind.
Uh-huh.
Are you?
Easily done.
You're saying that they were watching somebody else's broadcast program, whatever you want to call it,
Mhm.
and they didn't interrupt every 15 seconds with a stupid comment or some sort of, joke video that they've played 120 times already that day. I don't know how you could even do YouTube that way.
There were some silly comments, but none of them were from you who I'd expect. I'd expect Vegas Vips and General Specific.
See, I got to interrupt again. Again. This is important.
This is going to take
Hello?
6 hours, isn't it?
Hello, Kiwi.
Hey, Kiwi. Hey, Fac. Enjoying your deep dive into the GS Delirium. Thanks for your work. Well, we talk about Fac. Yeah, there's a history between Fac and GS, and it demonstrates GS's either hypocrisy or idiocy, maybe a little bit of both. But back to my story. Either Shiz's channel or Jeff's channel, I'm not sure which. They were sniping General Specific and this little girl underwearing guy who was sniping them back. But the only people talking were on the either Shiz or Jeff side. These two guys actually held it together and just kept quiet until the team I usually root for. Yes, I said team. We'll get to that. The folks I usually root for, they're kind of dunking on themselves. It was funny. Vegas Vips. I don't usually plug his channel, but if you want to go down the same 6 to 8 hour rabbit hole I did, give it a watch. Some funny shit. Well, so Vegas Vips, he played a bunch of stuff for General Specific. And one of the things he played for General Specific was, I don't know, it was an attempt to dunk on me, attempt to dunk on, what's his name? This guy, the face. Look at the face. That guy. I'm sorry, I shouldn't call him that guy. That guy is General Specific. He's, quote, that guy, end quote. But in the video this is taken from, produced by Vegas Vips, I believe on his RTL channel or his Stone Jew channel. Well, first thing I say, he insinuated, because I watched that video earlier, he insinuated that I've been kicked off F3. I'm like, I've been kicked off F3. First of all, I've never been on F3, save for an interview that F3 member Izzy hosted me for. And I guess I was kicked off from that interview. Was that a month ago? I can't remember how long ago. That was a while ago. But apparently I've been kicked off F3 according to Vegas Vips. So I decided next time I see that F3's on, I'll give a little testy poo. I'll say something in the chat and see if they respond. And sure enough, Jeff and Scotto came up. I think they were still live when I was watching Vegas Vips. I'm like, oh, that's right. Let me go check. And I typed a little chat in there. I said, hey, can you prove or disapprove Vegas Vips' assertion that I'm no longer allowed here? And they pulled it up. Not a super chat, but when you highlight something like I'm highlighting Fact of Madness right now. Thanks, Kiwi. I can't remember what I said, but they pulled it up. Obviously, I can see it. A few people joked about, no, Sarge, we can't see you, blah, blah, blah. But okay, they get that humor from Muckster. Anyway, Generally Specific made sure that Vippy stopped at this point. Now, what you see at the bottom, the little green pickle. That's his avatar for the night. It's a cartoon pickle with sunglasses and a mouth. Don't really get it. But he was just fascinated and made Vegas Vip stop at this point in the video, and that's why I was able to capture it as an avatar. I'm betting no one's noticed yet, unless they watched last night. Where does that just ironically show up on the body that's allegedly in Minecraft? Josh's stone vet. Put on your reading glasses. You want to? Do you see where it is? Well,
I believe we all figured out the pickle.
The pickle, yes. It's approximately anatomically, if this cartoon graphic was real, in the groin area. And sexually deranged, generally specific, was just amazed by that. It seemed as if he either thinks he's Josh's junk, or if he wants to be Josh's junk, or if he wants to be on Josh's junk. But he was definitely... Yep. Okay. Now you're getting it?
Well, see, I was popping out chats and stuff and only half listening, which is usually more attention than I give you. So you're saying that pickle that we're seeing now is the avatar that GS was using that day?
Yeah, it was the avatar, and that's a bit of the...
So basically, he put his head in Josh's crotch?
Well, it just randomly looked that way, but generally specific was the first one I noticed. I'm looking at a cow with my face on it. You know, it's all about me. And I think the whole world who watches is looking at the cow. Generally specific immediately looks at Josh's crotch and notices that he's there. And he rather enjoys being there. So I thought I'd take a little fun with that. Okay, Generally specific, you enjoy being on Josh's crotch or being Josh's crotch. I kind of hard to interpret it with that guy. He doesn't articulate well, if you know what I mean. Biscuits and Groovy. Izzy isn't F3. I'm. You know what? I should come to that. I didn't know that the other day. A few days ago, just Muckster kind of critiqued Jeff. Jeff didn't take it well. I'm like, well, I noticed some things. I thought Izzy was on the F3 team. In fact, let me pull up the old boob tube and see if it's still there. This is
by
what
the way,
I was...
while you're looking for that, let me just say I think you're a little unfair to Jeff saying he didn't take it well, because as he said all day on Saturday, on at least 3 different streams that totaled up to probably 9 hours or more.
Oh my.
He found it all funny. He was laughing. He wasn't at all disturbed about it, especially since I'm a little nobody on YouTube, which actually we all acknowledge. We don't have a big channel here, and nobody watches us, and so he doesn't care. It was meaningless. He laughed it all off, and he spent the entire day Saturday telling everybody that he had, absolutely no interest in what I or we had to say at all. I don't know why it took him all day Saturday, why he seemed to be obsessed with us all day Saturday, telling people how we are beneath his notice. But yeah, that's the way it went. And by the way, there's another comment that went through some of those things. Remember the original thing when I did my video that day Saturday? And I'm sorry, I'm horning in on your thing.
It's okay. We'll just kick you off later.
Yeah, you just triggered me, damn it. And and I have not drank my whole coffee yet. What are you doing? Why? You know better than this. We've talked about this. Anyway.
Yeah. Can I break in real quick? We got some breaking news. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, breaking news.
Hello, Kiwi.
Jeff and Muckster seem to be a little bit upset each other. Okay, continue, Muckster.
I'm not upset. I'm amused. Don't you see? I find it fun. But no, this was one of the things in the video, because remember, one of the things that I critiqued was him watching Izzy and was it on BO's panel? And they're talking about
So,
GS, and Izzy said something about, she said GS should be um, grateful to F3. It stands for like the faggot 3, right? I forget. Anyway, she should be grateful to the F3 because nobody know who he was without them, which is true. And then Jeff immediately went out and found this clip of Vegas Vip saying to Izzy, nobody would know who you were without Stone Vet, which is true in YouTube terms. But the one
okay,
thing I want to mention here, since we're talking about that guy,
got him going,
is
didn't I, guys?
is let me okay here for those of you who like to snipe and see people's face when they do it, yeah. Who the hell had ever heard of you before Stone Vet gave you a platform? Just asking. For a friend.
Oh,
Okay,
in
go back. Go
in
back to your thing.
defense, I
Okay.
heard of him before he went on Stone Vet's platform. Me and at least 20, 30 others saw him on Yuri's channel regularly.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
see. Now there I go, running my mouth
yeah,
without having all the information.
right.
So people did know who Jeff was before Josh gave him a platform and
Yeah,
pumped
yeah.
him
He,
up.
he had at least 20 followers.
He actually owes it to Yuri, who they now hate. Okay, I understand now.
I have
Way
no
to
idea. I have
way to
no
go,
idea how.
Jeff. Well, maybe before Yuri had got him his 20 or 30, then maybe Jeff might have had two people watching him. Who knows?
Okay. I think Josh is great. But when I made my little rant about teamwork and not throwing your teammate under the bus, and people like, what do you mean team? What do you mean team? Fine Fix Finish Productions is a team show. And according to the write up, it's based in St. Louis. I didn't know it was really based in West Virginia. I've been to West Virginia recently. I had no idea. I thought St. Louis was Josh's hometown. And well, anyway, the reason I thought Izzy was a member of that team and
Yeah, let's
therefore
get
Jeff
back to what you were talking about.
shouldn't throw. I don't know if you guys can see that. I highlighted in blue. Even today,
Interpreting Izzy. Oh, okay.
yeah, she's still scheduled as a teammate. So I'm thinking when I see this guy who's constantly correct and generally specific on things military, that he would understand that the FMs on military leadership spoke to not throwing your teammate under the bus in public. I was wrong. She has been fired. They just haven't updated this. But I just thought of something. I'm going to click on view email address. By the way, I'm not doxing anyone. Anyone can do this whether you have the channel of the view email address. You're going to have to claim that you're not a robot. I'm just curious.
If you were a robot,
Yes,
you would say that
exactly.
anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Muckster, you didn't know that when Jeff made some silly stories about your emails.
Yeah.
But here you're seeing me and Izzy on this channel that's based in St. Louis and run by Stone Vet. This is Jeff's email. That's not Stone Vet's email. So how are you supposed to know when you're like, hey, I'm not happy with this channel, what they're doing in this moment. I'm going to email and let them know about it. And McLongerballs@gmail.com is like, what? Why are you picking on me? I have nothing to do with this. And the truth is, for that show on that day that you're upset about, he had nothing to do with it. But you probably had
Yeah.
no idea that this was going to someone. It turns out Jeff owns the channel. All of our mistakes. Sorry, Jeff. I owe you an apology. I said
Yeah.
I wasn't going to apologize.
I
I
mean,
apologize because I know there's more information.
first of all, in my defense, you
Uh,
did leave me unsupervised that day. But secondly,
I was on.
I
I was
mean,
on channel with Izzy.
I think any reasonable, it's always your fault no matter what. And I think any reasonable person, if they go
Mhm.
to a channel and they see the address McLongerballs, you assume you're communicating with a 12-year-old. So now, but let me ask you this, and I know I'm dragging you way off, and you had a thing, but
We're under 6
you have
hours.
any you have an email address on your channel
Yes, yes.
where
Shall I pull
if
that up?
I would hit that right now, who would it go to?
I like kimchi91 at gmail.com.
Which is
And I
your
am, I'm sorry,
email, right?
it's my
It,
YouTube email.
it
I mean, it's
goes to
not my,
you.
yeah.
If you go to my channel, you'll see a email there that goes to me. If you go to FMAC podcast, just out of and you
Oh,
see an email there,
yeah.
and you send an email there, you know who receives that email? Four
Um,
different people, all going by FMA and K,
oh,
because that is an email to a, what do you want to call it? A team channel. We each have our separate thing, but the things
oh.
that are teams goes to the team. So,
So
yeah,
you're saying we'll
obviously I
all
was
see
going
it, not just one of
to,
us. We'll all see it. Okay, gotcha.
yeah. So, yes, of course, obviously, if I clicked on the Faint Hearted 3
Yeah.
channel and saw an email, supposed to assume, oh, that must be Jeff because I never watched his show and didn't know who he was. It
Uh,
couldn't possibly be him. Actually, the truth is, now that I really thought it was Hippie because I thought Hippie was like the tech guy there whenever I would watch Josh. And it used to be a good show with Josh and Hippie, and Hippie seemed to mostly stay quiet and just make jokes about Josh, but he seemed to be the
uh,
one who brought like up, stuff from backstage and that. So I assumed he was like their tech guy. And anyway, that has nothing to do with. If anybody wants to know more about what I think about Jeff and the email situation, I did a video yesterday called, what was it called? Is he stupid or just a liar? Go ahead and watch it. It's not too long. It talks more about this whole thing that he invented about me sending him emails. But let's get back to our regularly scheduled broadcast. Which, by
all
the
right.
way, speaking of regularly scheduled broadcasts, let me just say I did put out one of those "Hey, coming soon" things that our first FMAC will be Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern with Jocelyn. Be there, be square. I think she has a good story
Oh,
to tell. And
hold,
also, this may be a little
hold
premature,
on.
but we've been talking about doing a regular thing. But what am I holding on for?
I, are you saying there might be something more fun across the street?
Yeah, yep. I'm saying,
Oh, but a
I'm
different time.
saying,
Okay.
I'm saying, definitely something better out there than us.
Okay, going down my rabbit hole after I learned that Gender Specific wishes he was on Josh's jock, is Josh's jock, or has his mouth open right there. But I don't know. But that was what Gender Specific noticed. But Vegas Vips went on with his video, which pointed me to this. This is a great guy, funny. Uh, okay, sometimes he's annoying. And this particular image isn't just from Vegas Vips production. This actually apparently aired on F3 early in the morning. I think Josh was coming back from a retirement party or something like that. And
I'm sorry, you asking me. I had my mic off for a second. My
yeah,
lunch
I'm
guy just
thinking out
arrived.
loud. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, here's one of the things I noticed. I see you get irritated when people will pause on a stream snipe and talk about 20 minutes. I'm exaggerating, 20, 30 minutes before they move it on the next few seconds.
To be fair, while you mentioned that,
Uh-huh.
and you know how I hate to interrupt, but
I
you
haven't
can
noticed.
you can confirm to our millions of viewers that
Oh,
I
yeah,
have
60 minutes.
also said it to you when you do it. It's
Oh, yes.
it's not like I'm attacking anybody in person. It's just a thing. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. But a couple things I noticed. First, what General Specific and Vippy were doing all through their stream when they were sniping others is they kept it playing, much to Muckster's pleasure, but they were talking over it. You couldn't hear what it was they were sniping. So I went to this video on F3, and it was like 4 o'clock in the morning, something like that. And love the guy, but he was a little stoned, a little drunk, maybe both. I'm not sure. Living up to his reputation, stoned vet. And he pointed out something, and I'm like, holy shit, he gets it. I mean, on one hand, he's like, those, what do you call it, dorks or something. If they don't like it, fuck them. I'm like, yeah, okay. If we don't like it, fuck us. I'm with you 100% on that. Josh, if you're watching, I'm also with you 100% when you said, I'm going to paraphrase because I can't remember exactly what it was. It was something along the lines of, that's my boy. If he makes a move, I back him up. That is a team. Shiz, that is a team. Jeff, that is a team. When a member of your team publicly backs you up, because F3 is a team. The guy we're looking at now, Jeff Scotto, Master Sergeant retired, formerly Izzy. Is that Sergeant's time, guys? He part of the? I don't know if he's part of the team or not, but we just saw the list of shows. Actually, they need to update that because Izzy apparently is not up on that team anymore. But he publicly, without even thinking it through, he's a little drunk, a little upset, and he publicly backs his teammate. Muckster, you're my brother. You make a move, I'm backing you up. I'm sorry. That's how teams work.
I have to interrupt. This is my confused face. Because if I heard Josh, not Josh, sorry, and I do like Josh actually. I will say still, but I like him. I used to like his show before it became all taught all the time, but that's beside the point. But my confused face is because I could swear in one of his hour-long rants where Jeff was saying how unimportant we are and he doesn't notice us at all, but he has a full life. Hey, Master Sarge, good. Another guy over there.
My voice
guy
has
over there.
changed.
Another guy over there that I respect and like. But anyway, I could swear when Jeff was going on and on about how he doesn't notice me at all and nothing I say is important, he said, what's this all about teams? He says, I do not belong to any team. He says, the only person on my team is right there. And he points at Scotto, and he wasn't sure if he was pointing in the right direction or not. But, you know, I'm beginning to believe when he talks about being retarded, he is not being self-deprecating, because the more I've seen of him, the stupider he seems. But anyway, so Jeff says his only team is Scotto. Josh says his only team is Jeff and Hippie. And I'm listening to these two guys, and I'm thinking, well, okay, that's great, Josh. You're backing up the guy that says he doesn't recognize you as a team. And I'm also thinking, if I was at the time, we had not known that Izzy was not there. Apparently, some say she quit, some say she was fired, some say, I don't know, she went to live in Tibet. I have no idea. But they don't mention Master Sarge, who is the only one over there doing a show I think is worth watching on a regular basis. They don't. Who am I forgetting? There's other. Of course, Jeff doesn't mention Scotto, or Jeff, not Josh. I mean, Josh doesn't mention Scotto. They don't mention MSG. So yeah, I don't know exactly what team does mean to them, but. I believe. Didn't you have a plan for this? I don't know why you keep asking me questions.
I'll berate you in private later. Okay. Where was I? Vegas Vips with his little girl underwear that I spent $100 for. We went on to Generally Specific, the show with the cow, and Generally Specific wanting to be on Josh's crotch. Now Josh. Josh defended his teammate. Okay, we all may have different ideas of what a team is, but Josh sees Jeff as a teammate, and he stood by him, and he publicly announced, "I stand by my boy, my teammate, my." I can't remember how he said it, but basically, for those who are like, "Team? What's a team? Why? We're not a team." Josh gets it. He does get the team thing. And I don't. Was there more on that video? That sub video? Well, we addressed this guy, and his showing the video that went to this guy. Well, actually, to this thing. Oh yeah, that's right. I still can chat in F3. It is, Oh right. Where is? I didn't do one. Oh damn it! I didn't do one of January specific. I wish I had. Okay, but January specific points out that I'm going to paraphrase. I don't remember his exact words, but basically he's under the impression that F3 and FMAC, F3 and FMAC, we could combine teams. I don't know.
Oh, sorry.
F3 and FMAC. Oh, wow. Okay. That we're at some sort of tit for tat war, like they have been with General Specific, like I have been with General Specific, like others have been with General Specific. No, I misinterpreted him throwing a teammate under the bus. I critiqued it, and they all got mad because we're not teams and blah blah blah. But anyway, this guy and General Specific had a whole debate. I don't know who won the debate. One says it's real. They're duking it out. They're done with each other. F3's lost their cash cow and blah blah blah. I think he worded it that Josh sacrificed his cash cow. Well, whatever, Vegas. But General Specific, in his paranoid state of mind, says no, it's a psyop. They're all pretending. They're pretending to hate each other, to get at me. It's all about me. And they're really all ganged up on me. And FMAC is secretly F3, and it's a psyop. Everybody run. They're all feds. I'm dramatizing, and no. Todd, that guy, Miles Murphy. We had a moment the other day. We reacted to something, and they counter-reacted. Not they. A couple of them counter-reacted. And one of the counter reactors.
Is Shiz one of them now? By the way, I don't know. It almost looked like she was F3, but
well, okay. I got me out of order now, but Shiz. This is Shiz happens.
Could I just say this is my job? This is my job here to just like keep him off track, because otherwise, he is razor sharp. He gets onto a subject and he just sticks with it. He doesn't wander at all. So it's my job to make it more entertaining by distracting him. Squirrel.
Well, squirrel. Well, the guy with the little girl's underwear, Vegas Vips, dunked on this lass. This is Shiz happens. She runs a channel. Most of the time I've seen it, she's pointing out some hard cold facts about fraud at Wrangler, Michael Kaiser. And she does a very good job at it. But she is confused about some things. Cupcake, Shiz, I thought you were smart.
You just roboted out there? Did we lose you? We lost you, Sarge. I don't know if you can hear me. I guess I'm going to have to fill in. The only thing I can think of at the moment is on that one. Oh, Sarge, we heard nothing you said there for a while. Are you hearing me now? Is this thing on? This is ATT. So let me just mention, folks, while this picture is up there, one of the things I saw on that video while I was looking to see how much they found me unimportant is she says she likes to roll around in the mud. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, pigs do. Oh, are you back, Sarge?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Well, I didn't hear
Okay.
anything once you like brought her picture up, and then you wrote
Okay.
about it a little and went totally dead.
Okay, it must have been on my end. I could hear everything you were saying. I'm like, you're playing. I thought you were playing with me.
No,
Okay. Where
unless
was I?
somebody
Shiz
in
happened.
chat says, unless somebody in chat says we've been hearing Sarge all along, and it's you that was out. But anyway, they probably thought I fell asleep again. Go ahead.
Shiz happens. Does a wonderful job on investigating fraud at Wrangler, and I guess a few others. It's pretty smart. At least I thought. Well, one of the things that Vegas Phipps, the guy with the little girl's underwear on his face, one of the things that he brought to our attention was a video I cannot find. It's not out there. It's not on Shiz's channel. It's not, but he was sharing it from somewhere. Shiz, Scotto, and Jeff were sharing a video that I did quite a while ago. 10 days, 9 days. When they were watching, it was 8 days old. And it was just one little 30-second part of a 35-minute video. The video's still up. In fact, 2 copies of it are still up. And what I'm doing is dunking on Todd. I'm kind of playfully doing a non-commissioned officer evaluation report, NCOER. And I get to the point because he's always mad at me because I was opposing the January 6ers. One of the January 6ers, her name was Ashley Babbitt. She was part of the violent attack, had breached the first, the second, the third barrier, and were at the final barrier between the violent horde and the members of Congress. The violent horde was saying they were going to kill. A very small number of police were defending, they're protecting.
I lost you again. You said they were protected. That's the last thing I heard. Or they were protecting. Knock 3 times on the ceiling if you hear me.
Boop, boo.
Okay, you're back.
I am back. Let me check my my little task manager. Bear with me. Where'd you lose me?
You said they were protecting. I think you were talking about January 6th. Yeah. I assume you're going into that video they like to show of you.
Yeah, exactly. They were showing a video that I had produced for Todd. And one of the things Todd and I disagree on is that the violent insurrectionists who tried to overthrow the government and threatened to kill members of Congress had broken through 1, 2, 3 barriers of a place that was not open to.
Gone again. Still gone. Still gone. I'll tell you when we hear you. So, well, he's gone. Let's all have a sing-along.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, now you're back.
All right, let me. Okay.
It's a sing-along that got you, wasn't it? As soon as I threatened to sing, you're like, I'll do whatever it takes.
I'm getting to that point. All right. Anyway, I made the comment that it was a good thing. It was a good thing that the members of Congress and the Vice President of the United States' lives were saved from a mob that was very clearly meaning to harm them. I got happy and thrown in the face that the last defensive position between the lives of Congress and the violent, angry mob held long enough to get the protectees out of harm's way. Anybody who's ever set up a defensive position or attacked a defensive position, misinformation centering. Okay, I'm not sure what that means, but if you're on the attack and you have a successful point at your breach, you support the success, because that's the point that your forces are going to get into the defensive lines. If you're on the defense and you have a weak spot, you support that. If the weak spot is defending the threat of life with deadly force, that's the way it goes. Here's where they really went out of their way. They said I was sexually aroused. I said I'm aroused. Muckster, what does aroused mean?
Oh, I'm supposed to be listening now? It means
Okay.
to rise up, to wake up.
Wake up. There's 3 definitions in Webster's: to waken from sleep. The second is to stimulate to action or bodily readiness to activity. Now, this is where their minds went. The third definition: to excite someone sexually or cause sexual arousal. I say the word arouse, and what do their minds automatically go to? Very telling, very telling. All right. Okay. Where do we go from there? Going
Can
down.
I interrupt with a personal interjection?
Sure. Why
But
not?
this one's on the subject
Uh-huh.
because the 3 of them, the Gay Boy 3,
Easy
Jeff, Scotto,
Mm-hmm.
and Shiz, they also, when I said I like Izzy, they automatically are like, "Ooh, look, he's a dirty old man being nice to Izzy because he wants to get in her pants." So once again, it's like, yeah, that's where your mind goes. It says more about
Yeah.
them than it does anybody else because they kept repeating that kind of stuff.
That's a very, very good point. Very good observation, Muck. That's where this mind went, and this mind. Sorry, Jeff. Calling as I see it. Yeah, you're all acting
And
like
by the way, when I keep saying things like Gay Boy 3 or some of the other things I've mentioned, I don't normally do that, but I just thought I'd throw out those little, what do we call them, sound bits out there to sound exactly like how stupid these people sound when they're talking and using middle school humor and laughing, like they are the most amazing comedians in the world with their little troll channel. But anyway, go back to what you're doing.
the Constitution was just defended. Lives of the protectees were just defended. But if they want to be all pretend butthurt about that and forget all the similar humor they've used, yeah. Come on. They're very selective about when that humor is funny and when it's offensive. We were choosing to be offended that night. And by the way, something I noticed as Vegas was playing it, it was showing as my video with the title and the date and all that. But when you played it, the red stripe goes through as you're playing it?
Yeah.
The red bar from 0 to 100% was all within that 30 seconds or so of that video. I got the impression, and I could be wrong, that Jeff was a little upsetty spaghetti because of our shows earlier and my reaction to our shows earlier. And he went, well, we see now he went on for 3 hours and 47 minutes to complain about it. And then he went into Discord for 2 hours and pulled on Shiz's ear. And then when they brought it up to show publicly, which I can't see it now, so I don't know if it was publicly, he's showing her literally a snip. But it's very clever because it looks like the whole video. It's got the title and the date and the stuff on the side, other YouTube stuff showing. But literally, as you play it through, the whole red bar goes from 0 to 100% in the time that he's showing that video, repeatedly showing. That's right, they're monetized. Maybe that's why it's gone now. It's violent. I got a graphic warning, and I'm not monetized, so I don't know what happens on the monetized side. Anywho, don't want to dunk on Jeff all day. Yeah, he's a little more sensitive than we realized.
Yeah, and I'm sorry. I think I might have dragged you over there a little too far because I think you started off talking about Miss Vippy and Toddler.
I was talking about Miss Vippy and Todd. Well, actually, no. As I'm going to kind of smiling and laughing at and with everyone, because that's what we do when we snipe each other. I just wanted to save the 6 hours of going through about 6 hours of video between. I mean, probably a lot more. I don't know. But yeah, I did start out with this is all of this rabbit hole I went down started on Miss Vippy's. The little girl underwear guy, 2024, wearing that mask, and doing sexual innuendo. And oh, wait a minute, that reminds me. Generally specific. I got to have a little fun with this one. You keep asking this guy. Notice my avatar. Look at my face. You keep asking this guy for his DNA. I don't get it. Yeah, I know your wife withheld your DD-214 for the longest time because she doesn't trust you with it. But why is she? She's got gallons of this guy's DNA. Just ask your wife, and there you go. You got the DNA. See, I can do it too. Excuse me. Okay, where was I? So we touched on. This guy. This guy showed another video. And this is why I started out earlier on saying this guy is recording stuff even when he's not there, because he has recordings that we deleted immediately. Well, I deleted immediately. I'm sorry, Muckster, you actually weren't there that night unless you were in the basement or in the back scenes. I don't remember. Once upon a time, Yuri took a lot of flack for sending out something that probably shouldn't have sent out. And thinking we were all just having a little fun, I started a stream. Old Sarge releases dick pics. And I started that stream with pictures of Richard Nixon, Dick Cheney, Dick Van Dyke. You see where I'm going with this? Dick pics. I thought I was being cute and funny. I didn't realize how serious the situation was. So Vegas Vips took Muckster down a very heavily edited version of that. And the only way he could edit that is if he had it recorded within literally 5 minutes of that stream ending when I deleted it. He's watching. So hi, Vic. Vips, how you doing? I know you're recording right now. That was May 4th, May 5th. May 4th or 5th, that stream. Well, that turned into a more serious stream. Mr. Yuri came on and was in a terrible, terrible place. And now the panel sniping it is Vegas Vips, Generally Specific, and Brick Jones. Kind of hard to hear because they keep talking while it's playing, and I had no video to go back to confirm what I thought we were saying, but they were saying that somebody was trying to push Yuri over the edge into some kind self-harm. They were dunking on this last. This is Guadalupe Guacamole. Lupe, we often refer to her. Guadalupe is a nurse, or so we've been told, and they're all debating various forms of how hard she's trying to push Jerry over the edge into causing harm on himself. In fact, Generally Specific wants to know where she works so he can turn her in for trying to get Jerry to off himself. That is not what happens. However, they did pick up on her insincerity. She came up and she said the right words, and something that I didn't catch back then, something very creepy, and I thought about it. She was insincerely talking Jerry into things you would expect a professional in that situation to say. And I couldn't really make out what Jerry was saying, but he says, "Leave me alone, Lupe." And he leaves. If people want to make fun of it, you can call it a rage quit. The guy was in a distraught, distressed area. And uh, they did correctly pick up on some insincerity. They incorrectly claimed that she was trying to get him to off himself. That's bullshit, guys. You guys are paranoid. But funny thing about that, after he said that about where Lupe works, he also complained that we want him to get a job just so we can find out where he works and get him fired. Get the fuck out of your paranoid brain there, generally specific. What the fuck? Okay, on a more serious note, watch out for this. Apparently, she's got a troll, kind of like Vegas Phipps, many trolls running News Network. Old Sergeant Finkel, RTO, Masters on RTO, Stone Jew podcast. He's got a lot of them. We can't keep up with them. Guadalupe's got a similar thing going with at least something called Chim something. Guadalupe is and has bragged on porn bombing, generally specific. Everyone had a good laugh about it. Yeah, porn bombed them. Hey, Muckster, do me a favor. Don't ever let her on our panel again.
Well, she just entered our chat. Hello, Lupe.
Okay, all right. She does porn bomb. She brags about porn bombing. And while we're on her bragging about things, she is very good internet friends with, yes, this one who does a great job going after Kaiser. It's about all I can say there. Back to this one. And you know what? We all laughed with it. I kind of feel weird. Yeah, Lupe, go ahead and watch it. My copy is gone because we did the right thing and we privatized it and deleted it. Yeah, Todd wants to dox you so he can do to you what he thinks everyone wants to do to him. Anyway, where was I? And we all laughed at it. I laughed at it. Jeff laughed at it. I don't remember if you laughed at it or not. Fraud Wrangler didn't laugh at it.
I'm sorry. I honestly wasn't paying attention this time. I was typing. What
fall
are we
asleep
laughing at? What are we laughing
We were
at?
laughing at with Guadalupe a while back, and Kaiser blew a gasket over it. But yeah, she's laughed at it. I laughed at it. I'm guilty. I laughed with her at her.
I'm not sure what it is, though, is what I missed.
Okay. One of Kaiser's followers, Florida Jeep girl, she had a bit of a personal tragedy. Her husband died. And Guadalupe made some very nasty comments about his death. I'm not Chim Chim. Okay, whatever.
Okay. Yeah, no, I don't remember
we all
this at all.
at it.
So
I guess my point is, those who were kind of, Finkel's gross. He's sick. He's a pervert for cheering on the defense of Congress against people like Ashley Babbitt. I'm a bad guy for cheering on something that's happened in the past. But we all laugh with Guadalupe right in the moment that she says nasty things about Florida Jeep girl's just then deceased husband. Do we have double standards? And I say we because I'm not just saying them or he or she. We do. Without porn, it's yeah. Okay. What seemed creepy about that, and now that's on, let me get the date right. It was we were dealing with CrowdStrike. Where are you? Okay. It was, CrowdStrike was over, but we were still dealing with it. Saturday at 8:18 p.m. Unknown to me. Let me change my avatar again. Unknown to me, Jeff has already been pulling on this person's ear. And she texts me at 8:18 p.m. while I'm pulling a double shift in the wake of CrowdStrike. Hey, I recently viewed a clip of yours and would like to discuss it. Please join me if you're available. And she sends me a link to Discord, which, thank God, I did not click on because now I know what they're all about. And at 8:19, I said, oh, hi, sorry. Working on a double shift. We are still recovering from CrowdStrike / Microsoft nonsense. Okay, now it's in text. You probably don't remember what I just read to you, but it's still on someone's phone. Hi, sorry, working a double shift. 2.5 hours later at 10:47, the same person sends me a link to a StreamYard. Again, I'm like, question mark, what is this? Oh, StreamYard. I can't tonight. I'm working, which I just explained a little while ago. But I come to find out that it was one of those, what's Vegas call them, ambushes, where you invite someone to a discussion and all of a sudden everyone jumps up and dog piles on you. Silly childish stuff that we've made fun of Vegas Vips all this time for. Well, CrowdStrike. Isn't CrowdStrike wonderful? It got us down areas that we're just not used to going down to. Security folks, CSOC. We call them CSOC. I guess they have different names in different companies. We had to work with CSOC, and I got reacquainted with some folks. And long story short, I got a peek into this person that you see on my avatar right now. Put this person up to, my avatar has changed, acting all friendly and flirty with Jerry. Are you listening, Lupe? I'm aware now. I'm announcing it to all 27 people watching. Shiz got Lupe to approach Jerry in a flirtatious way, and Jerry fell for it. He was uninterested, but he did it on request, on demand. He did it. He sent a picture of himself. Because he wasn't into it, he wasn't very, shall we say, what's that word they used? Aroused. And they dogpiled on him. They used it against him in a way to publicly embarrass him. And that night, when he came up on our stream, and he was very distraught, and meanwhile, Jenner Specific and what's his name, Brick Jones and Vegas Vips, they're all saying about how stupid I was for letting that stream run. We had people in the chat. Of course, Vegas Vip's not going to show the chat. We had people in the chat legitimately trying to help Jerry out. While this person here on my avatar was pretending to be helpful, saying the right words, but there's something in her tone. Now I know she put Jerry up to and then reshared the results on this teenage bratty bullshit Discord thing. And they use that to defame Jerry, who's now changed jobs, changed locations. He's moved on somewhere else. And by the way, my new name for Jerry, if you're listening, Jacques Demolay. Jacques Demolay. Yeah. Oh, I guess I'm no longer having fun. Now I'm kind of going down because this really pissed me off when all this came to my light. This person here, she did opine that on one hand, we're not such good guys because we allow people like Jerry up, like for public safety up. You know, we have an open panel, and open panel pretty much we let anybody up. We try to keep opposing sides out so we don't get a big kerfluffle. We screwed that up the other night with for public safety and Brick Jones. Didn't realize how strong their disagreements were. But at the same time, she does that. She also scolds, where he can't hear, people like Johnny Specific for getting mad at other people who get basically guilt by association. If you hate Jerry and Jerry comes up on my channel, you hate me. If you hate Fact of Madness and Fact of Madness goes on Johnny Specific, now you hate Johnny Specific. It's silly, childish bullshit. And while I'm saying it's silly, childish bullshit, one of the ringleaders is having fun. Congratulations, Loopy. Have fun. Have fun. I'm very glad you're sensible, Muck. I don't know if you're still awake.
Yeah. Oh, am I? Is this? I'm supposed to be listening again?
Yeah. After the Jerry thing, Lupe's been very flirtatious with you. And
well, no. Wait, I'm sorry. I have to interrupt.
Yeah.
Like this whole thing you just said about Jerry, I don't know what to think about all that. I did always like Lupe, but I knew it was just sort of like a running joke thing. She wasn't trying to lead me down any paths.
I don't think you're led down any path, but I do believe that was her intention now that I know the backstory of Jerry. Any proof of this, Muck? I'm the one that made the accusation, you snitwit. Oh, we have the same avatar. You might want to change your avatar back to you.
Oh.
Finkel made the accusation. Finkel and Muckster are on the same team, FMAC, and but we do have individual independent opinions.
And hello, Howard.
They don't get this team thing and this individual thing, do they? Yeah. Howard, how you doing?
Yeah.
Izzy, how
you
doing?
I mean, like I said, I have some problems with some things Lupe has said or whatever, but I personally do not think that she had any malicious intent with me. But I've been wrong about people before. I have been wrong about people. So, and hello, Jody, but continue your thing.
I've been wrong about people too. Actually, I'm pretty much wrapped up. You don't believe anything I said, you're welcome to go to Vegas Vip's channel and watch his second. I guess after all that, he went out there with his camera. But the panel with Johnny Specific and Brick Jones, they go through a whole bunch of stuff. And if you want to hear what's actually said, you have to go to what they're showing because they keep talking over it, including when we all had a debate with Brick Jones. And well, it's hard enough to hear us yelling over each other. Brick Jones and Johnny Specific are talking over that. So you have to go back to the only two I can't find. Well, one, obviously, because we deleted it for humanity's sake, the whole thing when Jerry had his situation, and the other is the shiz happened thing. Apparently, Vegas Vips has that whole shiz happens whenever it was streamed. I'm going to think the night before everyone started bugging me and calling me a pervert for being sexually aroused about Ashley Babbitt. Aroused to awaken, to move into motivation. Oh yeah, I can hear the jokes now. Oh, it's all Shiz's fault again. Even the bad guys, even the assholes, Generally Specific and Friday Wrangler, even the worst of the worst can get it right once in a while. All right. I'm going to go to mute for a second.
Okay, well. I guess I'm going to
I thought I heard a young voice coming up behind me. I was wrong.
I did hear a voice. He must have been walking by. Can I say, though, because you touched on it. We talked about it a little bit, but we didn't go into a whole lot. I do want to go back to that thing of your video of January 6th, which, once again, folks, I will tell you that I privately did tell Finkel he went a little over the top on some of that because that's what friends do. Although I understood what he was doing at the time, but apparently there are people out there that are too stupid to notice. Well, these would be the same people that when I said in my video about Jeff being intelligent or called him a genius or something, and somebody said something about me calling him intelligent, and I said, well, I was being sarcastic, that they decided my entire 30-minute or whatever it was rant about him. I was claiming the whole thing was sarcasm because these people are stupid and cannot follow a conversation. But so
Hmm.
these are the same people that love to take that, I don't know, was it like a 30-second clip of your thing
Mhm.
about January 6th where you went way over the top because you were trying to impress on Generally Specific how stupid he was with
Mhm.
the things he was saying about January 6th. And you were yelling and saying, yes, they killed her, I'm happy, whatever it was, because you were being hyperbolic, which is a big word for those people. And I'm not going to tell them what it means. But you were being purposefully hyperbolic. You were purposely going over the top because you were being, oh, shall we say, sarcastic, another word they do not understand. Although I also am pretty sure they don't understand words like bread or walk. I don't know. I
Bread.
think,
It's
I
a
think,
rock group from the late
there you
60s,
go.
early 70s.
Yeah, 70s, you have a great group. They have a great song called If and many other songs. One of my favorite is Aubrey because I know a girl named Aubrey and it fits her so well. But that is beside the point. I'm pretty sure the only words they understand have 4 letters in them. And I try not to use too much anymore. I'm trying to be different. But where was I going with this? Oh, yeah. But they love to play that 30 seconds over and over again. And not only do they play it over and over again, but they do it at fast speed because that makes you sound even more psychotic. And again, I'm going way off, but one of my favorite comments of Jeff over there, who, by the way, I still respect Jeff's service, but I can't stand him as a human being. But anyway, I love when he was playing videos of us and he says, and this is Jeff saying it. Well, here, just so people won't be confused, because I know there are stupid people watching us. It's me talking, not Sarge. Uh, but Jeff says, I'm going to play the video for you now, but I have to put it on fast speed because you know the way Sarge and Muck talk. They talk real slow. I can't do his laugh. But I mean, that's what he's saying. They talk slow, so I have to speed it up. I'm sitting there going, do you own a mirror, Jeff? That's been my thing through a whole lot of this. And it's those 3 people over there at the G Boy thing, the 3 G boys, Jeff, Scotto, and Shiz. They have no mirrors. They talk about what everybody else is doing wrong, and they do the same thing. I even heard them at one point say, do these people have no self-awareness? I think they were talking about Scotto, or not, I'm sorry, they were talking about Toddler. And I'm sitting there thinking, same could be said about you, but I went way off. I just wanted to mention, though, that whole thing about with them playing and playing your video. Lupe, I don't know. Okay, so Shiz is an F3. She seems to be an honorary member of the G Boys, from what I've seen. I never watched either one of them much, so I don't know a whole lot about them. Uh, what do you mean you have 3 more things when Muck is done? Who says I'm ever going to be done? Damn it! I set up this. I set up. Oh wait, I didn't set up this show. This was yours. Hello, Stephanie. Oh, I think I stopped. By the way.
Okay. Actually, I just thought of another one. You went long enough that I remember. In fact, I'm going to forget the first one, I'm sure. But, well, so I don't forget the first one. Notice when I have a chat popped up and when I don't, I think everyone familiar with StreamYard is aware of this. The guy whose face you're seeing behind my voice, in front of my voice, I'm sorry, um, he seemed to have a heart. John Specific had a heart. They between the two of them, they couldn't figure out why their names weren't showing up. They thought it was something in Vegas VIP's free version of StreamYard settings, but I think Muckster, can you see your name? Can you see my name?
Yeah, this is actually one of the things that drives me nuts on other panels, and I try to remember not to do it. Is when
Yeah.
they'll leave a comment up there forever, and I can't tell who the people are.
Exactly. So I had to chuckle at that. When you have when you have a chat popped up, you can't see people's titles. Watch them go. Now you don't see them. Now you do. Now you don't. Now you do. It's a really simple concept, especially for those of you who are monetized and you want to make a living off of YouTube. What was the other thing? Yes. This
I
guy
have
here.
one more too.
This guy here pointed out to Generally Specific as though he was talking to me. The old Sarge Finkel. I hope you realize one of your in circles leaked your phone number. No. It wasn't my inner circle. My inner circle, as far as YouTube is concerned, I mean, let's face it, YouTube isn't reality. But if you're going to go by inner circle on YouTube, my inner circle is FMAC, Muckster, Ariel, Killer, and of course myself. I'm part of their inner circle on YouTube.
Yeah. I swear to God, I thought you were going to misspell FMAC.
The phone number has been distributed to several more people, and it is now, according to Vegas. Now, I didn't actually see this when I peeked into Discord, but according to Vegas, they're waiting for me to step out of line again so they can use my phone number against me. Do they really think they can do any worse than the telemarketers? Go ahead and give me a call. Ring a dingy. That's two things. Three. JJ Scarborough. I like to call him JJ Scarface. I did not get his avatar or something to pun on his avatar, and that's why I forgot. In this multi-hour stream that Vegas hosted last night, JJ was invited. He didn't come, but he wanted to express what a silly idiot I am. For anyone who wants to know what a silly idiot I am, especially when it comes to JJ Scarborough, I would like you to take a gander at 6:45 p.m. tonight Eastern Time. I have a premiere coming up, and it's short enough. It's like 22 minutes. Short enough. I really.
I'll probably. Wait, can I ask a question? Can you change the speed on premieres? But if I can do it at 1.5, I might watch you.
You want to add like 12, 13 minutes? All right. Part of that 22 minutes includes a plug to at 9. I forget what time now. It's in the plug. Master Retired is doing his Throat Punch Thursday. It is Thursday, boys and girls. He has a great show. I'm not familiar with the person he's interviewing. Someone named D's husband, boyfriend, something like that.
I've seen her. I've seen, I guess, her in chats. Yeah, I think her husband is a serviceman of some type.
Okay.
Well, it must be if MSG, because he only does veterans and servicemen. So yeah,
I'm going to suspect either Navy or Coast Guard because she refers to him as quote my squid, and that's squid is what we call sailors, including me before I was in an army. What was the fourth point? Oh yeah. So if you forget and you tune into the you request drama, Sarge delivers. Go ahead and watch that if you want to. If you don't, no biggie. But definitely watch Master Sergeant show. And yeah, Muckster, don't kick me out because I pointed out that something more fun is going across the street.
Well, just for that, I'm going to have a show at 9 o'clock, and I will take away all of his viewers. Like, yeah, sure.
All right, Master Sergeant.
Okay, so I
owe you 10 to 12 views. Sorry. Actually, wow.
It'll be like me and Ariel over here.
Smiling
Actually,
and laughing at and with everyone is the title of this show. Okay, sometimes it wasn't quite so funny, but we're just doing what other shows do.
can I just
We're
say,
picking on other people.
if YouTube
No,
ever
you're not
starts,
getting beat up, Matt Cern. Actually, we just plugged your show.
I've
I
tried
hope people enjoy
interrupting
it.
10 times now, and you keep interrupting me. I think that is
I
so
can
rude.
interrupt you.
But
Who was talking
can I
first?
just say, I did have two
Oh,
things.
you
Now I
cannot
have
because I'm
three.
interrupting.
If YouTube ever starts letting me watch live shows again,
Oh,
MSG is definitely one I would watch regular. But two things I wanted to mention as you were going along. Well, one of them, that picture that you have there with Miss Vippy. Well, not that picture of the ugly guy. The one with Miss Vippy wearing girls' panties on his face.
mhm.
I want to know. It seems like all Vippy does now is walk around Las Vegas in the middle of the night with his camera. He doesn't, I mean, he pretended to be an auditor when you first introduced me to him, which was a big
Oh,
mistake. Um, but anyway, now he just walks around, and I'm wondering why the hell does he need the mask? But that's beside the point. The other thing I wanted to mention is,
'cause he's a
can you
coward.
bring up that? Can you bring up the picture of the supposedly female person that we've been talking about all this time?
Are
Not Lupe.
you?
I was just gonna say
Oh,
not Lupe. I know Lupe is female. What's the other one with the? Yeah, that one.
yeah. Okay.
A comment that I noticed that she said. I can't remember if I mentioned this earlier or not. There
Uh-huh.
was one thing when I was looking at the one video. I think was it the one somebody sent me of the thing when she did the private thing where they spent another couple hours talking about how unimportant we are and nobody watches us and they don't care what we say. Ha ha ha, it's all a joke. But we're going to talk about it all fucking day on Saturday to let people know how unimportant they are. But anyway, one of the comments, there was a point where Jeff said something like, I'm sorry I'm dragging you down or something like that. And she says, that's okay. I like to roll around in the mud once in a while. And I thought to myself, well, yes, of course, because that is what pigs do.
Oh, you're mean. You're mean. You're mean. Yeah. Mean girls. Yeah. Can I go back to my avatar now? This is hurting my eyes.
And hello, the other people that came in while I was wandering around doing other things.
Oh, and one more avatar story,
Oh, God.
just for shits and giggles.
Oh,
All right, I'm done with my 6 hour stream sniping of multiple streams. We can talk about whatever, or we can wrap it up, or whatever you want to do.
I had a big cup of coffee, and since I have adult supervision, supposedly,
Uh-huh.
if you want to open up and let people talk about other things for a while, that's okay with me.
I'm no problem with it. Yeah, I'm way under my 6 hours. See, if I'd actually stream snipe this would take 6 hours or longer. Probably take 8 or 12 because there were so many snipes of snipes and snipeceptions and all that. It was crazy, man.
This would
And
have actually gone faster if you wouldn't keep talking while I interrupt.
I forget to shut up when you're interrupting. Okay, smiling at that one. What's that one? Oh, I see you got something else scheduled today.
Today,
Is
no,
that
no,
you?
no, no. I did the pre-schedule for our 1 p.m. Sunday, our
Oh,
first podcast. That you're probably seeing that. Yeah, I did it. I put it up a couple days early because I want to promote it, and I
okay.
did send it across all channels, all 4 channels, by the way. 5 counting your other one.
I am pinning. Nope. Yep. I am. Stop moving. Okay. So I got this pin. Pin. Oh. Do I have it?
I don't know what you have, but by the way, while we are talking about it, 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday on the FMAC podcast channel, which just happens to be scrolling across the bottom of the screen at this moment. We will be doing our first, we call it a podcast, we call it an interview. It's a one-on-one thing, no panels, and it's just we want to talk to people who have stories. It's similar, I have to say, but of course, nobody invented this whole idea. But I will say it's what I like about what MSG does and what Izzy does when she does her things on her own channel. It's just a one-on-one talk with somebody. But ours isn't going to be all veterans, obviously. And it'll just be anybody who has an interesting story. We want to hear them talk. We've got some other people lined up. We don't have them definitely scheduled, but like I said, you don't have to have done anything big. You don't have to have rushed into a fire and saved kittens. You don't have to have gone to war. But all that stuff is great. If you want to talk about surviving an abusive marriage, we'll listen. You want to talk about surviving cancer, we'll listen.
I'm going to interrupt to say, yes, we did. I did.
Did you guys see it? I don't watch any of that stuff. If you want to talk about the fact that you were 12 years old and your parents decided to move from Brooklyn, New York to some little shithole town in Iowa and how that affected your life, well, listen. The lady who's going to be here Sunday had a child when she was 15 years old. She raised him as a single mother. She went on to make a career. She graduated high school and made a career for herself. I admire people like that, and I think that's a story people will be interested in too. But anyway, since you brought up the thing about me having something showing up as a schedule, I just thought I'd go ahead and mention it because there might be people here who have not heard me ranting about this for the last 3 weeks. Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. That is 10 a.m. for you people over on the wrong coast.
Are you done?
I wish you would talk once in a while, damn it. Okay, see, now I don't know if you're being silent just out of fun or if we lost you again.
Testing.
Okay, there you are.
You can hear me. Okay. It is open panel. And if you're not Guadalupe and you're not Vegas Vips, the two only known porn bombers in the universe, come on up. But while people are deciding whether or not they want to come up, I have a musical dedication to make to the guy on my avatar at this moment.
No.
Hi.
No.
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 The way he did it was no, like no, like a Will on Wesley. No.
Please.
What happened to the video? It stopped. Because if I remember correctly, this is where he says, please show me, where I said, no. Damn it, Finkel, you froze again.
There is where we told you. You said no. I timed out again, didn't I?
Yep.
All right, let's try it again with less windows open.
Oh, no. No. No.
No.
No.
No.
The way he did it was no, like no, like a Will on Wesley. No.
Please show me that. Please show me going no. Show me. You're going to show that, right? Or you're just
Well, okay, hotshot.
no. Right. See, I did say no there.
And there is where we told you. You said no. Hit it.
No.
No, 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 no.
And I was firm in my convictions.
I
Yes,
like it.
we are. Well, if anybody wants to talk about it.
And
uh,
I really have to say, I thought after my email thing yesterday, I was done talking about them, but it was kind of fun to keep, you know, I find Jeff and Shizzy to be full of amusement for me.
This is old Sarge Finkel coming in with the grift. If you see the dollar sign down there at the bottom, click on that. And $50, $100, what? I think your max is $500 a day. So go ahead and click on that and send us the money, because we're a couple of broke motherfuckers and we're grifting and we're trying to get views and clicks and all that. So give.
By the way, can I mention on a more serious note, because easier, yesterday, when I went into a coma, and when I look back at chat, Biscuits was the first guy to go like, "Muck, are you okay?"
Indeed.
If the video I did of the song that Ariel did, that I don't think he meant it for public consumption, but I put it out there anyway. It's hard to see, but at the end I screenshot. I don't know what the proper. I screened the chat and tried to highlight. There were several people in chat. It was like, "Is Muck okay? What's going on? Does anybody have Finkel's phone number? Does anybody live near him?" And I just want to say, I appreciate it, folks. And also, immediately, it kind of goes with the theme from this whole weekend. Immediately, two of my teammates showed up on panel, even though they hadn't been here. So
we have a visitor who does authenticate and matches the authentication in YouTube. So it's not
a
Vegas
porn bomber.
It's not a porn bomber. At least I don't think so. Are we in trouble?
It's a truth bomber.
Happening?
She's a truth bomber.
Truth bomber.
A truth bomber.
What's going on?
Oh,
I don't know. Finkel's been rattling on for like an hour or something. I haven't really paid any attention. You never know what he's going to say.
I made the mistake of watching a very long Vegas VIP stream last night, and it referenced other streams and other videos. And I went down the all night long rabbit hole. And instead of showing it and going step by step, I decided to make a show out of my avatars. And
in other words, I know, Izzy, you are new to this, but Sarge just does not understand YouTube, because the way with YouTube to do these things is you're supposed to take somebody's video that's maybe 45 minutes long and watch it, but interrupt it every 20 seconds for an inane comment, so that the video then takes 5 hours to go on. Now, he's just totally ignored the whole YouTube system here.
Oh. Don't know what that means, but okay.
That sounds like spam to me, Muck.
Can I just mention one other thing for those of you who I'm going to stop naming, but that was sarcasm. Doesn't mean the whole damn show was most of the show was sarcasm, actually. So I'm going back into my hole and read this text somebody sent me. "Hi, Izzy, how you doing? I don't care what you say. That's a big tortilla. I'm good."
It's a pita bread, but okay. Did you die today? No?
So far, I haven't confirmed it with a medical professional, but I seem to still be alive.
Well,
But I
good.
could be the ghost in the machine, or as we in the biz call it, Deus ex machina.
Okay. No, I wanted just to comment about the two idiots or three idiots from last night just going off and don't even know what they're talking about and claiming to be so smart and stuff.
Are we talking about General Specific, Vegas Phipps, and Brick Jones?
Yeah,
I can't imagine. They seem so
yeah,
intelligent to me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, people. Um, but yeah, it was just comical. Someone sent me the video and I'm like, holy cow, these people need to move on. Like, move on. Find something new. You know what I mean? Like, it's really getting old. We get it. You're a Christian, but you're a freak and you don't understand Christianity. And I mean, this is what put just a Christianity all and just they have a bad reputation because of people like him. I am very disappointed to see Steve Cousins there. I have to call him out.
Hmm.
Yep.
Steve Cousins is what we call a wrench on Vegas Phipps' channel. Um, but
Well, I saw him kind of like trolling people in a way, so that was very disappointing. And especially after he said to me that he does not like GS and he and GS don't get along anymore. So it was really surprising to see.
he came over. Well, he's a regular in Friday Wranglers, which we all hate. And he's a regular here, which we all hate. Oh, I'm sorry, we don't all hate us. And
There is a lot of
yeah,
self hate involved here. Yes.
he recently got a wrench status over at Vegas Phipps, and we as a channel, now we each have individual opinions, but if we as a channel try to be welcoming to everyone except for the two porn bombers, uh, Guadalupe and Vegas Phipps. Everyone, I don't know what he sees in Vegas Phipps entertainment. Maybe he's trolling them, or maybe he is a troll. I don't know, but
Yeah, I'm starting to think that he's not who he says he is. Wait, Lope porn bombed you?
no, she porn bombed Generally Specific,
Oh,
which
well,
I applaud the attack on Generally Specific, but porn bombing, yeah, no.
yeah.
Can I just say as a personal aside that I think if women are going to porn bomb, they shouldn't use male porn. Just a request from a friend.
I
Freak.
see. What they say may be true.
Oh my goodness.
Muckster is a lonely heart who's always chasing after the younger ladies, allegedly,
That's
in
right.
Minecraft.
Yeah.
That's right, because as we all know, it is impossible for a male and a female to be friends without trying to jump each other's bones, as the kids say today.
I just quoted somebody and it reminded
Oh,
me.
oh,
This
wait,
nearly,
I forgot. I forgot something very important after I said that. That was sarcasm, Jeff.
oh, to answer your earlier question, Izzy, in the chat, yes, I saw the trash talk they were doing on you and on me and Muckster and Jeff and Shiz and Josh and like, oh, as long as everyone's trashing everybody, I kind of trashed everybody too. Just I don't know if you scroll back, but yeah, they were particularly nasty about you. And
Yes, they had a banner and everything. I'm like, wow, I feel, I mean, hey, I mean, I knew I was like a big deal, but I didn't know that I was that big of a deal that they live in their head.
well, as they say, Izzy scares me.
Yeah,
Is it pound sign Izzy scares me?
but I'll take any recognition, right?
Yeah, because you too are. I believe you have a monetized channel.
No, I don't, but it's a name recognition. Any recognition is good recognition.
Oh, yeah, fair
Yeah.
enough.
I have to wonder about this. Did I click the right one? Nope, that's my It changed. Anyway, was
Wait a
it
minute, which is the
Ronnie?
House of Love? Wrangler, us, or
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
They had JJ as well.
yes? I hope JJ watches my premiere today at 6:15 Eastern time, and it will not interrupt Master Sergeant Retired show.
Yeah.
So
And
Steve,
apparently,
Steve sent Vippy a gimbal. I
I'm gonna
thought
look at it.
Vippy was supposed to be this independently wealthy trust fund child who drives a
Mm,
classic Maserati or something. Why would
I
he need?
highly doubt
I
it.
mean, I could buy. I bought. Well, it's not sitting here. I bought my own gimbal. Why would Bippy need his Kiwi sugar daddy helping him out? Yeah, I
Yeah, I
just find it
highly doubt
interesting.
it. He can't even afford StreamYard. He has like the very basic one,
Yeah, he's
you
got
know.
the free StreamYard. Is he
Yeah,
passing off those cars on his intro as his?
I
probably.
I heard someone in chat one day was saying something about how Vippy claims to drive an expensive car, but he actually rides the bus.
Yeah, nothing wrong with riding the bus, but yeah, you can't ride the bus if you have a yeah.
Let me just say, when I lived in Pittsburgh, they had a very good bus system, but I never rode it because I was too good for the bus. I always rode the streetcars.
Yeah, it looks like we attracted some of the trolls on here. Um,
It
I
is a
see.
higher view count than normal.
I
And as
see one of
and as Ms. Piggy, I mean Shiz will tell you, that's all we care about. I did not go into a big rant on Saturday because I was disgusted and amazed at things that the guy that I won't talk about anymore, who happens to have a channel with a guy that I had yelled at a couple of days before that. But apparently, my whole intention was to attract, clicks and views, which, as you can tell, we are now averaging about 12,000 people a day. So it
yeah.
worked. I'm sorry, I will. I, we have a guest. I'm going to mute for a while because I can't help
You
interrupting.
tend to literally dominate the conversation, then I lose like what I'm trying to talk about. Jeez Louise, Muckster.
There are people, sadly, on all sides of all issues, who see you on our channel and think that you're in cahoots with us and our bestest buddy, and you join us against everyone we insulted. And
Listen,
Guadalupe is in the basement waiting to porn bomb us, and it's not going to happen. Lupe, where's the? No, how do I kick? Yeah, boom.
I really don't think she wants to
wait, you were
corn
talking
bomb.
about me or
I
who?
think maybe
I don't know
I,
what's going on.
I think maybe
Oh,
Lupe was coming up to try to say that some of the stuff you said about her was wrong, but it's up to you.
no, she and Vegas are not welcome on my panels. If you want to bring her up when I'm not around.
Oh, you're talking about someone else. I got confused for a second.
Oh
Uh,
no, no. Guadalupe
Lupe.
Guacamole just tried to come up on panel after I told her several times she's not welcome. But she's one of those people who just has to be heard. Has to go on Discord and be heard.
what
Go.
happened? You guys
Huh?
you guys fought?
I'm sorry. It's
Did
raining.
you
I
guys
can't
get
get.
into it?
She got into it about us behind our backs and has been porn bombing and other people. She hasn't porn bombed us yet.
Oh, I thought you guys were buddies.
I thought we were, but these I don't know what to call them, middle school, high school level mean girls. They play weird games. When my kids first got cell phones when they were young teenagers, they played this game with three-way calling where they'd call Susie and say, okay, we're going to call Linda and you're going to be quiet and we're going to hear what Linda has to say about you. And then while Susie's on mute, they add Linda to the three-way call and they let Linda talk crap about Susie. And then Susie unmutes and lets them know she heard everything. That's the maturity level we are dealing with, and
Yeah.
I'm just not in the mood.
Well, we were talking about dumbass, the three dumbasses from last night. Maybe she had something to say about that. I don't know. But anyway, so those dumbasses who we now have some of their trolls here
Oh,
need to find a new hobby, you know?
yeah, a bit, yeah. Oh, and there's someone for everyone in Lupe. I'm sure you can, find friends elsewhere. What did you do, Lupe, for public safety? I don't want to repeat it all. It's all in the stream. When we end stream, or even now, if you want, you can scroll back and hear everything I said. It's on the record. Some of it having fun, some of it calling people out.
Yeah. But anyway, I have to say though, despite all the drama, whatever's going on,
Mm-hmm.
my two good friends are Josh and Hippie, and nothing is going to change or affect the bond and friendship that we have.
Amen. And I think I can understand why. And I actually like both of those characters, people characters. I call them characters.
Yeah.
And they like some people that I'm like, huh? But that's, between them and the other person.
Right.
Susie and
So,
Linda, they can hate each other all they want. I'm not going to be the girl in the middle.
yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, people can say whatever they want, but
Mm-hmm.
um, they're my people.
Yes. Yes. I've understood your backstory. Oh, Merb. I forgot Merb.
Yeah, that was a little yeah, that was kind of gross.
No, you're just you're just poking me to make me interrupt, aren't you?
Go ahead.
You know how I feel about Merv.
Yeah. Merb. Is it Merb or Merv?
No idea.
There's an ass clown. Now, the ass clown comes up on panels with people I like. Does that mean I have to dislike the people the ass clown is on with? Not necessarily.
Well, can I tell you what I think about Merv and ass clowns? I was disappointed in the night that I saw Merv up there, and I'm not sure who all, but it was Josh and other people. And it was when Carolina Fort Worth got face slammed into the pavement by a cop, and
Can
her
I stop you? Can I stop you?
Hmm.
Because what I think you're about to say means that you're white knighting and wanting to get
Yeah,
in Carolina's pants.
obviously that's it. I'm already buying my plane ticket to Fort Worth. But her picture was out there. Her face was all smashed up. She'd been in the hospital.
Yeah.
She shouldn't have been released that night because she very possibly had head injuries.
Yeah.
And they do a panel, and I'd never heard of. I've heard them mention Merv. I'd never seen him before, and he's up on panel. And I think it was pretty much his first comment on the thing was, as this lady, I believe, was still in jail, had they'd taken her from the hospital to jail, all her face all broken up because a cop couldn't stand the fact that she asked him a question. And Merb, who represented himself as a lawyer, although I heard that's not technically true anyway, Merb's comment was, "It's a good thing she has big boobs to cushion the fall." Now, it's okay, I saw that and I thought this guy's an asshole, but the thing that disappointed me was everybody else on the panel laughed. And when he repeated that comment in various ways over the next few minutes before I stopped watching, they all laughed again. And so, have I ever mentioned that I do not like middle school humor, especially when you're putting down somebody who has just been seriously injured and you're going to talk about her boobs?
Wait a minute.
Hell?
Are you saying he sexualized a situation related to violence?
Yeah. And I will So MSG, I'm sure he has an opposing viewpoint on what happened that night. But MSG, when I watched the video, I saw her going there and she was trying to ask two cops a question, the two female cops that were just walking along, not doing anything. And she's saying, hey, ladies, how do you know that they haven't paid parking? Because what was going on is the cops were towing cars from a private parking lot who supposedly had not paid to be there. So there was no big crime scene or anything, and she wasn't even near the action at the time. She was talking to these two ladies who were just walking down the sidewalk doing nothing, and they were ignoring her. And then that jackass, Freddy Krueger, hopped out of his car when he saw her, and this is a guy who has a history of violence. He pulled a gun on a guy who was jaywalking. This guy comes up and he goes over and she says, hey, Krueger, and he says, go over to the other side of the street. And she said, why? And he says, go over or you're getting arrested. And she said, well, just tell me why first. And he grabbed her and he slammed her to the ground. So yes,
Okay.
yes, Master Sarge, I do believe. Well, actually, you're right. She didn't get slammed for asking a question. She got slammed because there's a psychotic fucking cop in Fort Worth who should have been fired a long time ago and couldn't stand to have this lady not bow down as soon as he gave her an order that had nothing to do with the situation.
Okay.
I'll go back to my cave now.
Okay. On my point with my current avatar, I have to clarify. Are you saying that Merv sexualized the situation over violence?
Yes. Yes.
Huh.
I guess maybe he was getting off on it, huh?
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so he sexualized a situation regarding violence. Okay, I just wanted to clarify that. All right, going back to my regular avatar. I'm sorry, my new avatar. There we go.
Yeah, don't leave that one up there because I've been thinking of converting to Judaism, and we're not allowed to be around pigs.
All right.
I think we got another porn bomber.
I hate to check this guy, but yes, he's authenticated. How you doing, Master?
Good. Just figured I'd jump in here real quick. Number one, she is a known person,
agitator,
for that entire department. Regardless of what that officer's previous interactions with whoever, he's still working. And she was told she was under arrest. And when he went to place her in cuffs, she pulled away. That's why she gets slammed on the ground. Was it too much force? I would not have used that much force on a 60-year-old woman. That's me personally. However, she's well known and she has quite a record with that police department.
Well, can I say this? You're making a point of the fact that she is very well known. Well, I mean, let's call her an agitator, if you will. But then you say it doesn't matter what the cop's history is.
You're comparing apples and oranges. You don't know what his interactions with her have been.
Right.
I think it doesn't really matter in that situation.
No, it doesn't. But here's the thing. Yeah. Then somebody should have filed a complaint against him and had him fired. He's still working. So evidently, whatever complaints have been filed against him have been unfounded.
Or he just works for a shithole police department.
Okay.
I looked him up on the Brady list, and he didn't have anything in there. So,
can I pause for a quick second? For public safety, authenticates, but I have to get acknowledgement from you for public safety. We're not about to get into.
Oh God, it really is him.
But I do agree with you, Muck, that he used He used an armbar takedown, which was way more than should have been used, in my personal opinion. And I do not Monday morning quarterback the amount of force used normally, but I never would have used that much on her in that situation.
And I respect your take on it. You have a different way of looking at it than I do, and I respect that. And we can come together on that. He definitely
Yep.
was out of line with what he did. Whether like the arrest was legitimate, we can, you know, go back and forth on that. But yeah, I think there's absolutely no doubt that you don't have to do that to a 60-year-old lady who isn't flashing a gun or something.
No, no, and obviously she's a pain in the ass to the police department.
Right. That's what it
Well,
looked like to me.
Can I just say this when we're talking about violence against women? Izzy's a pain in the ass on this panel, and I have yet to throw her to the ground.
Oh, I'm sure there's a ban coming up or some sort of timeout or whatever.
I'm going to interrupt. I'm going to bring Chris up, but Chris, I have to warn you, if you're here to yell at Master Sergeant, he has the sage, so you're the one I'm going to remove if it goes there. Okay.
No, that's fine.
I would never yell at Master Sergeant. I like the guy.
I didn't.
Can I
You've had some
wait?
scrosy law, and I didn't want to.
Let me
I'm a
let me
subscriber to
interrupt.
the
Let me
channel.
wait. Let me interrupt with this because that night that we had the moron here, and he was saying about Master Sarge. Well, do you have a law degree and all this? And of course, the moron doesn't have one either. Chris was one of the people that when we were talking afterwards said, I totally respect who Master Sarge is and all that, and he doesn't deserve to be talked about that way. I just throw that out there before you start thinking.
I think Muckster is referring to broken system, broken trust, and yeah, that's not going to happen again.
Oh, I forgot who it was. Yep, you're right.
Oh, BSBT, big stupid, big tool.
That's the one. Yes.
No, I mean, I think I'm very capable of having respectable counter thoughts with people like Master Sergeant because he's well put together and he's a respectful person in general. So I actually prefer to have these types of discussions and engagements with people in law enforcement, which I know you're retired, Master Sarge, but you've got a long history of law enforcement and training, and I like having these discussions respectably with people in your position. So I do have a question on your thoughts, and I'm learning from you when I ask these questions. I mean, that's what I do. That's what I try to do on my channel with my engagements with people in government. So, if you don't mind, I just kind of want to sort of read your take on this question, your answer to this question. If force is used, here, let me put it this way. In order to effect an arrest, a person would need to have committed a crime. Am I right?
I don't know where you're going with this, but I think we're going to end up with issues when it comes to detention and arrest.
Gotcha. Yeah. So you're saying she was being detained, not necessarily arrested yet.
No, I think if I recall the video when I saw it, he said, "You're under arrest." He went to grab her arm. She pulled away, and he did an arm bar.
Did he tell her what she was? I can't remember. I did a video on it. I can't remember when he.
Don't have to iterate exactly what the charge is.
No,
All you
I know
have
he
to
doesn't
say
have
is
to.
you're under arrest. Period.
I was just trying to sort of see if we could figure out what it was in his mind that he was arresting her for. I couldn't remember if he told her before or after.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't even know what the interaction was. It didn't appear to be. It appeared to be over.
Before he told her that it was for interference, I couldn't remember if he said interference before he grabbed her or after. Not that it matters policy wise. Because I agree with you. The officer doesn't have to tell you what you're being arrested for as long as he can effect the arrest, and put it on paper and it be substantiated. It's arrest is arrest. I'm just thinking, I wondered if you could bring your mind to that particular pinpointed area, right, in the engagement and determine whether or not you feel like he had any right whatsoever to even attempt to touch her at that point.
Well, when you effect an arrest, you're going to go hands-on. You have to take control of that person. Period. It's just the way it is. Until that person is completely secured back at the police station, that arrest is a continuing event. Yeah, I I would have been completely different in that situation myself, but I mean, by the book, you're under arrest. He went to place his hand on her arm. She pulled away. Non-compliance, and he used hand tactics. He didn't use a taser, didn't use pepper spray, and unfortunately, she went face first. And unfortunately, that's what happens with an armbar takedown.
Right. Yeah, I did a little research on the training for that particular maneuver as well, and it was definitely an intended armbar takedown. I don't think he necessarily meant to throw on her face, but he did. And the reason why, Master Sarge, you made it through all your years is because you didn't respond to people that way, which is why I respect you as an officer as well.
I got all my stupidity knocked out of me in the Army. As an MP, people don't. We have to police people who are trained to kill people, and after you get your ass beat a few times, you learn how to really talk to people a little bit more.
Yeah, right. Yeah, those engagements are, that's why they say, try to stay de-escalated as much as you can. I mean,
yeah.
Obviously, that's going to be your most effective route in any situation, in my opinion. Now, I guess I shouldn't say any situation because, if somebody's clearly, in the process of, whooping ass and destruction, you're going to need to immediately take force. And it's kind of like the word respect. You have to approach the engagement exactly as it's being committed, to the same level. And that's, what I think we all, I don't know that there's very many people out here on YouTube that agree at all with what happened to Carolina. I mean,
no, I think it was over the top, but they're still going forward with the charges, and she's going to get charged, and they'll find out what happens in court.
Well, yeah, the argument, that's where it's at. You got to go to court. And I would like to see a government that would take accountability pre-court. I'm
sure there's an investigation going on, especially since that video.
There is. I checked on it. That's part of my video I did on it. I've called in and ensured that they actually were conducting a use of force investigation on the officer, and they, in fact, are.
Wow, I got a lot of haters over here in the chat. Somebody saying that I'd slam her the same way. Really? You're a fucking dink.
Wow.
Pardon my French.
I've been ignoring them. Wait, let me.
I like to read them just because I'm curious.
What the hell was it I was going to say now?
Hey, Master Sergeant, did you see those idiots from last night going off on you too?
No, I don't even pay attention to them morons.
I don't either, but someone sent me the clip, and I'm like, they are so sad and pathetic. And Toddler uses his baby voice when he tries to, describe you or go after you.
Well, that's because he had such a shitty military career.
Well, yeah.
I just had a memory bubble pop. A long time ago, in a YouTube channel far, far away, Master Sergeant hosted me on Throat Punch Thursday. This was before this show went to F3. While we were talking, a chatter named Fraudit Wrangler joined, and he was trying to poke the bear. I keep forgetting, but I had since found out that Fraudit Wrangler was none other than Vegas Phipps.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I wanted to say on the one thing Chris said, everybody agrees it was wrong. I do seem to remember that Sarge's favorite channel that he just mentioned, I saw people quoting their chats over there saying she got what she deserved. And to go totally off topic, Master Sarge, I was just sitting here because I'm constantly thinking about people who would be interesting for our podcast. And as you mentioned, being an MP, I thought of a girl that I used to talk to a lot because we gamed together, who was an MP. And as I think about it, I thought she might be perfect for your show because the two of you could talk about that shared experience. If I can contact her, would you like me to send her your way?
Yes, please do. That would be
Okay.
amazing.
Cool. She was a canine. I mean, she wasn't a
I
canine, but I
Wait, what?
one of the things you were
didn't
talking
really
about.
care about her looks there, Muckster.
But I mean, I don't think about those things because I mean, again, we let Izzy up on the panel, but
Nice.
So I got a question for somebody in the chat. Ronnie, how long have you been a police officer, and how many arrests have you made? Because you talk like you know everything there is to know about law enforcement.
but before I leave that subject, I just want to say one of the things. I've said it very often. I admire strong women. One of the things is when you said about your job was to arrest people who are trained to kill. And this girl is like 5'4", and that's one of the things I always thought about is she had to be able to go out and arrest, some, I can't even, special forces guy or whatever. So yeah, but I will send her a message on Facebook right now if I can get a hold of her and see if she's interested to come see you.
Yeah, that'd be great. Just give her my msgretired11@gmail.com email address.
Okay.
As long as we're connecting folks, has Fact the Madness ever connected with Master Sergeant?
Who?
Fact the Madness, he's an Air Force veteran.
I'm not sure.
And he might
He'd
have
be good to have on. He'd be good to have on panel together.
He's been on a panel a couple times, but for the Throw Punch Thursday, he might be a good. There he is. You and Master ought to get together about a Throw Punch Thursday because Fack is an Air Force veteran, and the poor guy co-hosted a show with General Pacific for a while. And
No, I'm sorry.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I believe.
Can I say just one more thing? Is
Oh my gosh.
let's
Muckster
stop
wanted
sending
to say
interesting
one word,
people to
and then
Master
he'll say like
Sarge.
the novel.
Shoot, I broke the rule. I sent people across the street where there's more fun. Sorry, Muckster.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
Oh,
I think where a lot of disconnect comes in these interactions that we witness on video nowadays with body cams and people recording on the side of the street. I think that pinpointed spot is the decisions that the officers make to affect the arrests. And what we're showing in these videos is the uses of force that be either necessary or done appropriately. And of course, you're going to get argument on the entire engagement when you publish one of these interactions, any of them. I've published interactions with law enforcement where things were done accordingly by the books, and I like to publish those because those are what we promote. And but the thing is, we're seeing way too many of officers that have been allowed to, trained to, accepted to use force unnecessarily. We understand that force is necessary, but it depends on the interaction and what the arrest is for and what happens during the arrest. So I don't think that Master Sergeant deserves to be pummeled on his opinion on this, because what he is saying very clearly is that he would not have done it that way. That's what he's saying. And if we're going to be reasonable and try to get other police officers and future government employees to understand what it is we're asking for, then we need to be able to say, we need to not point the finger at everybody. You know what I'm saying? However, I think there is an argument in the concept and training that's being put in, and that includes you, Master Sergeant. I think that you were trained during a time in which use of force was way too acceptable. Like,
Oh, I agree with that.
So I think that
Well,
there's
when
going
I
to be a
first
lot of people that,
the differences in law enforcement from when I first started as a military policeman way back when to when I transitioned into civilian law enforcement, which was a very short time ago. It was only 10 years ago. So for that 10-year period that I was in civilian law enforcement, the even within that 10-year period, the de-escalation thing has been really drilled into us pretty heavily. And being on a small department, we don't have a lot of really serious incidents. I think we've had, like, in that 10 years, we've had one officer involved shooting. We've had a couple of murders in town, couple of shootings. I actually got a Class A citation for capturing a shooter, and guess how much force I used? None.
good.
Um,
I mean, and in
I
that
didn't even have to
situation,
point.
you might need to,
I didn't even have to point my gun at the kid. He threw his friggin' hands up, and when I caught him, because he ran away, but I just tried to figure out which way he was going to be going, and I pulled up on the railroad tracks, and he was standing right there. And he just, the minute I started getting out of the car, he just threw his hands in the air. So I had to use zero force on that, which was pretty cool.
I've got a really good friend that I had it out with him recently because he was kind of, against me on a very personal subject. But this is a guy that I've always highly respected pretty much my whole life, who was actually punished to the extent in which he was forced retirement from the agency after 20 some years because it got public attention what he had done. There was a person who had held his wife and child hostage and was in a shed that where the police were there to arrest him, and of course that would be his purpose for his reason for the hostage situation. But he had him at gunpoint. He's holding him at gunpoint. He's holding off this whole SWAT team for an hour or so, and the guy that I'm referencing had actually snuck up behind the shed and was watching him through the little window and got him to a point where he knew that he could physically grab the gun and take the guy down without anybody getting injured. And he did it. And in my eyes, hey man, he was the hero of the situation. I was kind of upset that they held policy violations against him and pushed him to retirement. I mean, they did what they do. They lateral moved him and all that, but it was the public media that was, all up his butt about it. And he did he violated the policies of that situation because, they thought, well, what's on paper is the right way to handle this, even if it takes a whole lot longer. But he didn't use a crazy amount of force. It was exactly what was necessary. He took the guy down. He saved them, anybody from getting shot. There were no shots at all through the whole thing, which, that was probably what was going to end up happening, is somebody was going to get shot. So, even in the policies, sometimes a well-trained officer or a well-intended officer might be able to respectfully come up with an appropriate course of action, even if it's not written in the policies that way. So, I mean, there is some room for the perception of officer discretion, in my opinion. However, the problem is that we run into
Chris, can I remind you to breathe?
Yeah, I got some questions I want to answer too. Number one, Ronnie, I was not MSP. I'm just a small rinky-dink town. I didn't say it was okay in my eyes. I said it would probably fall within their policy, that arrest. And like I said, that's not the way I would have handled it. Say what you want. You got Aiden in there saying that I'll lie to you all day long.
I forgot to highlight chats as they were pertinent. I've been paying attention to a couple other things. Did you, Ronnie say whoop, that wrong one. What exact? Oh, uh, not every. Well, I'm going to opine that not every police department has the same policies. What was the other question?
Let me,
Ron,
I know Isabel loves when I do this. Let me
How the
interrupt
fuck
Sergeant.
do I know, Ronnie? I'm not on Fort Worth Police Department. Jesus.
yeah,
And
Let me,
you effect an arrest as quickly as possible once the arrest is made. That's just part of your training. Go to a police academy and figure it out.
Well, and I think another
See,
thing that people
it's
are
all a
Right.
perception. People who have never really looked at the curriculum for a police academy, for their defensive tactics, for all of that, and then, well, I could tell, I could see it. Well, I hate to say it, but an arrest is sometimes a very violent thing, and it does not look good.
yeah.
It's just the way it is.
I feel free to shut me up if I'm out of line here. I'm going to opine that has nothing to do with small town or big city. I get it. There's problems in places like Chicago. I'm in a pretty big metropolitan area, Fairfax County. We're in the Beltway area of DC, Arlington, uh, and the police I've encountered here in this area are not excessive force type of police. I think we've had one excessive force incident in the last 10 years, and that actually involved another law enforcement agency. I don't know the details behind it, but I used to do the camera thing in public, not one of those cop watchers, and not really even a First Amendment auditor. I just go around with the camera and see how people react. And the law enforcement of Fairfax County, Arlington County, and Washington, D.C. always treated me with respect. My issues with those those security guards, I can't think of the name of the security Allied Universal. I'm like,
oh yeah,
what's wrong with these guys? But
notorious.
they're respectful, and if they need to, they use the appropriate amount of force. In my experience, but I'm going to shut up.
Well, I think the
You-
bigger
you know what,
cities
one
are
of the
getting
big-
the training pushed sooner than the smaller agencies.
You know what one of the biggest trends right now is? Defense attorneys are moving to exclude body camera footage.
No way.
Really?
That's the whole point.
Yes. You know why? Because it makes their clients guilty as shit when they look at the video.
I do love me some cameras.
I
Wait, let me-
love body
wait.
cameras.
I'm exercising my right to interrupt with something a bit off topic, but Sarge, there's been a lot of, I don't know, a lot, I'm not paying that close attention, in comments about whether auditing is even, a viable thing or whatever you want to say. And we talked about before, and I just want to put this out there before I forget about it. I think we really need to do a 2-on-2, 3-on-3 panel of pro and con on auditing in general.
Mhm.
And I'll get back to your other arguments.
Oh wow, you're looking for drama there.
Well, I have one more thing to add here. This to me is, I think, pretty important to the conversation. So I have another friend, I'll call him, that I talked to extensively about this subject, who is a training officer of 25 years. And he runs, I don't know what is it lieutenant, I think? Yeah, I believe he's lieutenant. And he does all the training, and he's up to date, on tactical training and use of force and, everything. He's up to date in training. Matter of fact, he was listed in our lawsuit, and we relieved him, because the way he performed in comparison to the rest of the group was obviously the right thing. He did it like appropriately, and whereas nobody else did. So his training was a lot better. But one of the things he said to me that has struck and gotten stuck in my mindset is that one of the things that he tries to ensure that when he trains, he puts in everybody's head is your feelings do not belong in your work. So carrying that over to Fort Worth in Carolina's situation, I hear a lot of people saying, hey, and you even said it a little while ago, Master Sergeant, she's a pain in the department's ass. She's always here being a pain. Well, that's a feeling. Your feelings don't matter in the engagements, and you got to make sure that you keep that separated each and every time you see that person. That's irrelevant. They're just not even going to be a relevant part in the court argument. Because
Oh yeah, I agree with that. Well, no, actually, the amount of interactions they've had with her will come up in court.
yeah, but they'll be struck because the arguments in
No, it
court.
won't.
Well, I mean, unless it's a previous case that they're still in
No,
the
it won't.
timeline.
They can put every log entry they've ever had for every encounter they have had with her, and that could be read in.
Right, but the argument's not about the engagements that they've had with her in the past. So a good defense attorney is going to strike that out. I mean, it's going to be irrelevant. Just like
A good prosecutor will keep it in. I've seen it. I've seen stuff like that get read in all the time, and it holds.
Yeah, I just don't think. I mean,
Because
unless you're talking
it's
about
showing her pattern.
a pattern of what though?
Pattern of basically harassment, or they got another thing that they use. I can't remember what it is, but
Well, I think the good question would be then, where was the harassment charges? If she was committing harassment in front of multiple police officers, then wouldn't it have been a derelict of duty of the
can't
officer
harass
to
a
not?
police officer. But and I don't recall what it is, but
I think I'm going to piss Muckster off because I think we disagreed on this before. I don't know much about CFW or the officer in question, but the night that we all watched the first run of it, I wouldn't really call it harassment, but it was silly. She was walking behind two lady officers and saying, "Fire, fire, fire." It wasn't. Nobody in the world would take that "fire, fire, fire" seriously, but I saw it as like she's looking for a reaction. Not the one she got, but I don't know if I'm articulating this right, but for me, when I went out there with the camera, if police ignored me, I'd go away. If I would not follow them, kind of heckling them, even lightheartedly.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think one of the issues with what we watch on YouTube for First Amendment, quote unquote, First Amendment auditing, is that a lot of people think that the argument of the constitutional law is to be had immediately and even on the street. I've done it too. Like I've almost demanded responses from people where I could have had the argument in court and probably should have, Yeah. So I think the mindset there is, hey, you owe me an explanation for the purpose of you towing this car. She was demanding an explanation utilizing her First Amendment, which is an argument in court. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's, that whole concept of, do they owe me an answer right now, or do I have to go through the tedious, long process to get my answer? And
Yeah.
I just think that's what a lot of people want. That's what Americans expect is, let's stop, abusing this long, tedious court process as much as we can and try to just handle it right then and there.
Yeah.
And that's all I think she was doing. She was just saying, hey, pay attention to me. I'm asking you a good question,
It never happened to me because it never got there. But when I did my camera thing, I used the cover of the First Amendment, freedom of press, freedom of speech, freedom, but and like other auditors, I looked for a reaction. But to me, if I was too close to officers and they said, go to the other side of the street, a lot of auditors disagree with this. I'd go to the other side of the street, and that was the reaction, being told to get further away. I'd comply, I'd get further away, but that's the entertainment value for a YouTube channel. It's really hard to tell, are they really doing entertainment value, or are they doing investigative stuff?
See, Ronnie brings up a point here that they were just walking in the park. I don't know. The only video I saw was a very short clip of her getting slammed on the ground after she was told she was under arrest.
Okay, you got to watch the whole video.
That's because 90% of the shit that they post, that's all they're going to post, because that's all that gets them the clicks.
And see, that's what I do differently on my channel, and I know that I have a lot of people that do what I do.
Yeah.
You got to find the channels that aren't just looking for clicks, because there are plenty to choose from that are just looking for the clicks. But no, that engagement went a lot different. And to carry back to our conversation that we were having a moment ago, there was a previous interaction, and this is what I think needs to be brought in court if it's accepted. The interaction that Caroline had with that particular officer previously was only 2, okay? But her personal one, where she was talking to him, they were great. The conversation between the two, it wasn't dramatic. Like, they were talking about the subject of law together, and it was a cordial conversation. Matter of fact, Caroline kind of came off as if she was flirting a little bit. So I don't think if they try to use that engagement, the previous engagements against Caroline, she's going to come out way on top.
Okay, so sorry to cut you off, Chris, but
It's the only way to get him to stop.
I don't know much about this situation or the whole story, so I'm gonna excuse myself here. Just wanted to say thank you, and maybe you should add Lope so she can tell her side of the story or her truth, because I don't even know what's going on, and I just tuned in the last few minutes, and then this conversation started about the police, and I literally have nothing to say about it.
Well,
thanks.
we've ignored
Thank you for stopping in, Iz.
Thank you.
And
See,
it's
Izzy.
possible, guys, that Izzy and I might do something on my channel soon, right, Izzy?
Sure, yeah. As long as you don't talk. I'm
Might
just
be
kidding.
reaching for the wrong place for that.
I'm just kidding. No, I would love to know what you do exactly.
That'll be great. I'm looking forward to it, Izzy.
Yeah, same.
But thanks, Izzy. You're welcome here anytime.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Bye.
See you, Iz.
Bye.
Let me
Message
say
me.
something. Oh, sorry.
What now?
No, I was
Oh.
going on to something else, but if you had a final comment, I stopped.
Oh, no. Thank you. Thanks, Message Sergeant. See you later. Bye, Finkel. Bye, everybody.
Okay.
Chris. Bye, Muck.
Thanks for joining, and I apologize that we kind of ignored you. I forgot you were in the room.
That's all right.
On your suggestion about Lupe, I guess as I think about it, as long as I'm not too lazy to authenticate the chat and the YouTube, if she does do that, well, we can report her to YouTube. So if she comes up and screams and hollers, fine. If she comes up and porn bombs, okay. We lost this entire stream, but no problem. We just report her.
Let me
Before you do that, let me just say, Ronnie, you're right. I should have watched the whole video. I didn't even know there was a full video.
Yeah, there is a
Is it
lead
going to
up to
change
it.
my opinion about the use of force? No. I already said he used way too much force for somebody that age. She whipped around like a friggin' rag doll. Was there a need to use an armbar takedown? No. He could have just grabbed her by the wrist and gave her a wrist lock or something like that, placed the cuffs on her, and been done with it. If he was going to affect the rest. I don't know what the rest of the story is. So
and
shut up,
shame
Chris.
on me for being.
I've been trying to
ass
say
backwards.
this for a while now.
I was only commenting on the use of force.
Yeah, I wanted to comment on this question that's been up there for a while, and let me comment on it this way, because we actually talked about this once before, and this is something I really agree with Master Sarge on. He said the way he would handle people coming and asking questions, if, for instance, he had somebody pulled off for a traffic thing, and somebody came up and wanted to ask him about something, he would say something along the lines on, I will be glad to talk with you. Just give me a couple of minutes to finish what I'm doing, and we can talk. I can answer your questions. And that's whether you think they are obligated or not. I think that's the way any good cop should handle something like that, unless it's somebody who is just trying to agitate, but that's a whole nother thing. Anyway.
Well put. I'd like to opine on something I heard a while ago, and I forgot as the conversation moved on. cameras. I think it was Top mentioned a lot of defense lawyers are trying to stop body cams. I, for one, love cameras because I see people drive past stop school buses with their stop sign out and their four-way red flashers. And if you don't want to get caught on camera doing that, don't do it. People speeding through school zones where there's a speed camera. If you want to get caught speeding, don't speed. Basically, stop breaking the law.
Stop breaking the law, asshole.
I let him speak for himself, but I believe what For Public Safety does with his cameras is he documents what he's doing.
Mhm.
He's not harassing people with a camera. And if I'm wrong, let me know.
No, I document my own legal engagements mostly. I mean, sometimes I stick my nose in other engagements, like for example, if someone sends me an email in which they can prove that, there's an officer that did something horrific and it's not documented because they send me a short video showing where they're getting pushed out of the police department when they try to file a complaint, for example, then I might go to that agency with my cameras and make the complaint on camera. That's what I was doing when I got arrested in Kentucky.
Can I tell a little me story or? Yeah, I'm going to make it all about me. So Sergeant Finkel's in Schweinfurt, Germany one day. He's got a TMP license, and the first sergeant sends him on an errand. First sergeant has a very strict rule about no smoking in the TMP. Well, I'm driving through the town of Schweinfurt, and I see a flash. I'm like, crap, one of those yellow lights that were turning red. I timed it wrong, and I ran a red light. 6 weeks later, when I forgot about the incident, the first sergeant gets a copy of the ticket because it's just not sent to Sergeant Finkel, it's sent to the CMP registrant, which in that case was the first sergeant. I hear him yelling down the hall, Sergeant Finkel, get your goat smelling ass down here. I'm like, oh shit, I stepped in something. And as I get closer, I see that he's holding a camera ticket. I'm like, crap, that's right, I ran that red light. I said, yes, Top, I apologize. I mistimed that light. Says, I don't care about the light. I want to know why you're fucking smoking in my fucking TMP. That's how clear the pictures are in Germany. They can actually show the face and the cigarette hanging out of my mouth.
Yeah, and I want to mention a few other circumstances where the cameras are used and very necessary. What about burglary?
Let me say this first before you go off in another direction. I am putting a link in chat. It's a little self-promotion, but not really. Master Sarge, this is when I showed all the videos that were available at the time. And I don't think I did commentary, but if I did, just fast forward that. Now, the videos as they're on there are kind of in reverse chronological order. It starts with the security cam showing her arrest. Then it has her interaction, and then it shows what came before. But you can look at that and see if you have any different opinion on what went on that night.
Okay.
Yeah, well, yeah, then that's great. And here's the thing that I've noticed immediately about Master Sergeant's take on this is that he didn't even need to see the whole engagement to already come to the conclusion that agrees with what people are upset at him about. He's not disagreeing. He's saying it was an unnecessary use of force, and he's saying that without even seeing the whole engagement. So I don't agree with climbing on his butt for this.
No,
stuff.
you know what, Chris, it doesn't bother me. I mean, so this is one of the things, and I have always tried to let some of the new guys coming on the job know, do not take anything personal when it comes to law enforcement, period.
There it is.
You cannot. Just forget about everything. You cannot take anything personal. And it's not personal against you. It's personal against what you're wearing.
Mm-hmm.
Some people have issues with someone in a uniform that has the authority to be able to take their freedom from them. And it's not something that's done lightly when you make an arrest, because you are basically taking someone's freedom from them. And I have always kept that in the back of my mind. That's a very hard thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
When you are taking someone's freedom from them.
Figuratively and literally,
So,
that is
yeah,
what's happening.
And also let's Otsvo, whatever, however you want to say that. I know you love to troll the hell out of Josh's channel because you're a product wrangler moron or something. But the thing I just saw you say about Master Sarge is exactly the opposite of what he did say. So, we welcome everybody here. We try to be polite to them, but go fuck yourself.
I mean, I think we would even have a logical discussion with someone that's on the other side of the coin.
Yeah, see, Let's he's just stupid. I'm sorry.
Couldn't understand you, Sarge.
I was off topic. You go ahead.
No, this is all he seems to think that the fucking First Amendment is what police officers go out and do. I don't. You know what? If your First Amendment right is violated, you know what you have to do? You have to go file a lawsuit. There is no arrestable offense for it.
Well, not until later, but potentially.
Exactly. But I mean,
you're not going to affect it in the street if that's what
no,
people are thinking.
Not. There's nothing on the books to arrest someone over.
Right. Well, I mean, there is like some civilian arrest rules, in certain states where, like, if a person commits a felony in front of you,
but
good luck arguing that shit in court.
Can I say this?
First Amendment violation, mass general law. There is none.
Right.
Can I say this? I was a big supporter of the First Amendment and the Bill of Rights and the Constitution way before it was cool. And I just want to repeat what I believe Oliver Wendell Holmes said. You can't shout fire in a crowded theater. The First Amendment is not absolute. And while we're on this subject, just briefly, let me say, when people shout about the First Amendment on YouTube or anywhere else, you don't understand the goddamn First Amendment. But that's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, and I think bringing awareness and education to the subject in the street is perfectly acceptable. Like I do it.
Like Top was, I think he was trying to articulate, and drop me for push-ups if I got this wrong. There are no codified laws against violations of the First Amendment, because the First Amendment is, I don't know how to articulate this. It's not your right to violently do things. You don't have a protected right to, if you break into the Capitol and you're breaking a law, that's not a First Amendment protected activity. I think Muckster said something about yelling fire in a crowded movie house, theater.
Yeah, that comes from the Supreme Court back when they believed in the Constitution.
Yeah, I think that was Schiller.
Well, I think it goes farther back than that, but I will Google myself just to see.
Yeah. The First Amendment, although it is of the supreme law, the United States Constitution, it doesn't give people free pass to break the laws. Well, I guess what I'm trying to say. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people, when it comes to people watch and are First Amendment auditors and people who are opposed to First Amendment auditors, there's a lot of varying degrees and a lot of habits of putting each of the other in one basket.
Well, you know what's interesting is typically when you see like a First Amendment auditor actually get their rights violated, it's not even the First Amendment that ultimately ends up being the argument at the end of the day anyway. Like, it's a different violation. It's a different constitutional violation. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ends up being a Fourth Amendment violation, if anything, usually, which is generally because of excessive force. So it's like they're not even winning a First Amendment argument, not even after court.
Let me just toss this in because I love to be pedantic, and I just throw that in for people who may be sniping us who will have to look up pedantic. But I think you were on the right track, Chris. You just had the name wrong. It was Schenck.
Schenck.
And it was Oliver Wendell Holmes. in 1919.
Gotcha. Thank you.
I have to Google pedantic.
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 Oh, very good. Yeah, it means I like to
Annoying. Okay.
correct people with
Oh.
meaningless things.
Oh, yes.
Guys,
I
I'm going to
look.
bail out. I got stuff I got to do, and then I got the show tonight. But thanks for letting me up, and it's always a great discussion.
Thank you,
And
Tom.
before you leave, Master Sarge, I did send my MP friend a message on Facebook, and if she gets back to me and is favorable, I'll put you two together because I think it'd be a great show.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Be
Well, always
more
a
than
pleasure,
happy to have
Tom.
her on. Yep. All right. You guys have a great day, and we'll catch you later.
Thanks
All
a
right,
lot. Go out and bike for a while.
For anyone watching on Fine Fix Finished Productions tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern time, Top will be doing his Throat Punch Thursday, and sometimes they fail to connect, and he has to go back to the channel known as MSG Retired. Usually he gets in the door. I'm not sure how that works behind the scenes, but
And
be sure to watch.
can I just say for anybody who's watching is confused right now, Master Sarge is from Massachusetts, so the only reason I don't ban Finkel for talking about him is that's not across the street from us.
Okay, and it's not going on right now.
Muckster and his band hammer.
And while I'm at it, the lady we had on earlier, Izzy, she's got a channel too, and I think she does a Tuesday morning show, Coffee with Izzy, I think.
I don't know if hers is a set time, but go ahead.
The gentleman below us, F4PS, that's for Public Safety, he has a show too, and he's best friends forever with a gentleman named JJ Scarborough.
Neither one of those are true, by the way.
You don't have
I
a
don't
channel?
have a show, and I'm definitely not friends with that.
Okay, yeah, our show. It's not a show. It's a. I never know. I'm sorry.
I have a channel.
Oh, you have a channel. Okay.
But
Well,
I do try to do.
Let me put
I'm
a
sorry.
plug in for Chris, folks. If you go to any of his lives or any of his pre-recorded, you will get a good 15 minutes of good information. It only takes him about 2 hours to relate it, but it's worth tuning in anytime. Tiffany's there. I'll just do that.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
And one more plug, if I may. Guadalupe Guacamole. I don't think she has a channel. I could be wrong, but she's often seen trolling and starting a pot in many channels. And much to the advice of one of our earlier panelists, I think it was Izzy, suggested, go and let her up so she can speak her piece. And if she does one up and I authenticate her, she can do whatever she wants except for porn bomb. And if she porn bombs after authentication, we'll just report her to YouTube for her behavior.
I will say like I said, I've been wrong about people before, but I'd be very disappointed if Lupe did that to us. I don't think she would.
Have you noticed, and I'm not intentionally imitating him, I think it's because I just got over COVID and I have limited lung capacity, but I am forming my sentences in a similar way as Based Oracle. I'm not trying to imitate Based Oracle. I noticed a speech pattern. I kind of sound like him.
I didn't realize it, but I don't.
He's got a smoother voice than me, but
I've seen a little bit of Based Oracle stuff. Yeah. I just haven't really watched it. You know what I mean?
It's a good show. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, maybe later, if I'm not doing anything else like killing goblins or something important like that, I'll go back and watch part of the show because I really haven't been listening to you. So I'll see if I can see what you're talking about. Still blocked? You weren't blocked, Lupe, were you?
I blocked her. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
How do I unblock in StreamYard?
I can do it because,
Again.
as we all know, I am the brains of the operation here.
You are the brains, and by the way, it's a shared StreamYard. It's a
Okay,
team.
okay,
You
I
may have
do not
actually,
see a Guadalupe on here, but I'm guessing it'll be the last one on the list because I looked at this list recently and had not seen that name. So I'm taking a shot to see if it works now.
Okay.
Lupe.
I guess before we let her up, we should verify. Does she have a strong vendetta between for public safety? Because
No.
our other rule is who has the floor first.
no.
Okay.
I'm fine with Lupe.
All right. Did you unban her, Muck?
I believe so. I unbanned the name I don't recognize.
Oh, she came up as Guadalupe Guacamole.
Well, sometimes in the ban list, it'll have a silly name because I had trouble finding who was that? Who was it that took everything was too personal the other day? Rick.
Brick. Oh yeah, Brick.
Don't ask me if I have a grandpa. That's personal.
His had a different name back there too on the ban list. So
All
I'm not quite sure what the deal is. Okay.
Wait, this is somebody else. This is Peck Smith.
I don't know if she ever does. Lupe, can you like go on camera and flash the peace sign backstage or something?
She says in private chat it's me as Guadalupe Guacamole, but she authenticates as Peck Smith.
I'm personally willing to take a chance, but it's up to you.
Well, I don't know how to report Peck Smith to YouTube if it, or they do us.
That's one of the problems that I do have with sock accounts and people staying completely anonymous. I don't know. I see the pros and cons, but I think it's more of a crime wolf situation to cause more problems than I don't know.
I think it's more than likely her.
All right. Get ready to see some kind of pornographic bullshit.
I
Here we
don't
go.
think Lupe do that.
Well, you can always put a screen
No
up.
porn. No porn. No
Hey, it's
porn.
Lupe.
Don't get all excited. No porn.
The screen trick doesn't work because if they're going to porn bomb us, they'll wait till we bring the screen down.
Well,
No,
I asked
because
earlier
no,
if it
let
was
me
going to be
let me
soft or hardcore. So
let me say this about that. Usually the porn bombers, what they'll do is they'll have the video ready to go. So if you put the screen up for a minute or so, then
I don't have anything ready to go. I'm
but,
sorry.
Okay,
Anyway.
Guadalupe, you are here by the grace of one
I
of our.
wonder why StreamYard doesn't let you like come up and like just put my square to the side, like you can hear me and you know what I mean, like so
Well,
you
we
feel bad,
noticed
so
that-
you don't have to do a banner. I mean,
We noticed that the other night when we put Brick Jones in the basement and he was screaming at the camera. And when we let him back up, he was sure that we heard every word. We can't hear you when you're in the basement. And the reason I know he's screaming because when I brought him up, he was in the middle of a scream.
hello, was that me?
we hear
So
you.
Yeah,
what
go
can we
ahead.
do for you?
You are on the air.
Oh, maybe she's not.
You just went silent, Lupe.
Hello?
There you
Now
go.
you're back.
Oh, I'm sorry. My earbud tried to die. I apologize. Oh my god. I
You got
don't
the
know
floor,
why
Lupe.
StreamYard should have like multiple options for like problematic people like me. But you have my word as a non-gentleman, I'm not going to porn bomb you. I do that to assholes. You're not assholes.
Chris, you're gonna have to leave.
I don't mind Chris. He doesn't bother me.
I don't bother myself with being an
I like
asshole
Chris.
anyway.
Yeah. Chris and I know we're assholes, so
That's right. I take it with pride.
exactly. What happened, Finkel? What's the matter? What's going on with Jerry? What's going on with Jerry and all that? You thought it was insincere that time, or you think that it was a shiz setup? I don't take orders.
You know what you did. Hey, fact of madness. Oh, wait a minute. Let me authenticate.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't do that. Jerry,
Okay,
you
no.
don't have the...
Wait. I'm interrupting again because that's what I do. I just want to say, since somebody new came up here, we gave Lupe a chance to come up and say her thing. So please, let's not start anything else or run over her for at least a couple minutes.
Mm.
You can ask Jerry to come up. I tried to call Jerry and discuss this with him this morning so he could clarify it with you. He has the timeline of events.
He still answers your calls. That's pretty amazing.
Why wouldn't he? I didn't do
Yeah.
anything wrong. I didn't do anything wrong to him.
Yeah.
Who's Jerry?
Yuri,
Yuri.
the unforgiven Yuri.
Oh, Yuri. Okay.
Well, what did I do wrong, Finkel?
You know what Discord is?
I do.
Okay. Would you believe me if I told you I looked into Discord without logging in?
Sure. It's a public Discord.
Okay. And you and everyone who has access to Discord knows exactly what you did. But
Well, I'm
you-
asking you to explain your point
Right.
of view. And
I explained it, and
I didn't
you were-
hear it.
Well, yeah, you did. You were commenting
didn't.
on it. Yeah, okay. Go ahead and tell your side of the story if you like. I've told
Well,
mine.
tell me yours for. I didn't hear yours. You can tell me again or reiterate if you don't mind.
If you're really curious, you can scroll back in the stream. I've said it once. I don't need to keep digging it up. You're free to opine on it if you listened. If you didn't, well, you can either guess or scroll back and come back when you've heard it.
Okay, so you don't want to reiterate it. You just want to speak blankly and to avoid. Oh,
Yeah. Speak blankly to avoid. Yeah. There you go.
so what exactly did I do again? In
Scroll
your-
back and listen to my voice, and I changed my avatar accordingly.
I can't scroll back while I'm on a StreamYard. That would be rude.
Well, you came up before you
Use your
allegedly did not know what we
I
were
came up
talking about.
before and I got booted. I came up before when it was.
Because you're a
all
known
the
porn
time.
bomber. You're a known porn bomber who's bragged about porn bombing.
I'm not here.
So,
porn bombing. Am I
um,
porn bombing right now?
I'm sorry, but we're not getting anywhere, Sarge. You said you'd give her a chance.
okay, she has a friend to
let
say anything she wants to. Keep it away
let
from
me-
the porn.
Let me
So
say
you
this
looked
from
into a
the way.
public Discord and not the direct messages, so you don't have the actual timeline. You have the
Lupe.
recent timeline.
Lupe, can I try to answer what
May
you were saying?
May
Well,
3rd, May 4th.
Hello, I'm sorry. I am interrupting. What I gather is the story being that
Oh, so you're going to
You-
reiterate for
you
Sarge.
asked for that,
I
did you not?
appreciate. I asked Sarge to, but I
That's-
appreciate you.
Well,
willing
that's
to do
what
it.
I'm trying to move
appreciate
the
that.
conversation.
Thank you.
From what I'm gathering, the accusation is you and others set Jerry up for that whole dick pic thing.
That's untrue. Jerry started hitting me up in the DMs probably January. Can look back at the DMs. They're actually there. Wherever you looked it up in May, that's where it started. He hit me up in January and I friend zoned him. And then in March, like after normal conversation, he again with the dick pic, like months later. And then May, it came out that he had sent the dick pic to Shannon. And I was like, hey, he sent me that same dick pic back in January or in March. After it was a weird flex to be friend zoned and then still send a dick pic, but it doesn't bother me.
Wait a minute, Lupe.
I
Are
never-
you saying you don't look at your friends' dicks?
Well, if they offer it, Chris, you can send your dick pic too. Hey.
No,
I never
thanks.
knew there
get
was
enough
something
heat.
wrong with straight women who like to look at dicks. It seems so weird. I mean,
That's
You know
they're
who
so-
really wants
Why,
my
but-
dick pic, Lupe, more than anyone in
Tiffany?
this earth?
let
She
Tiffany
has
enjoy
it.
that shit. Yeah, she does.
She don't even have, she can take pictures. No, Todd is dying to see my dick. She keeps asking. It's weird.
Because they're
I'm-
so
So
I'm
beautiful.
hoping-
that's the timeline. Is that a little clearer timeline or doesn't help really?
I'm hoping me and Lupe are still friends, so therefore I am going to show her my dick pic. It's up there
Don't
now.
do it, Mark. Don't do it, Mark.
I'm sorry, it's already public. I just Used it as my avatar.
I feel like this is an Oprah moment. Dicks for everybody.
You get a dub. You get it. Everyone gets one.
So, I mean, I wish Jerry was here to tell his side too, because now it's just my side against, I guess, Sarge's opinion of what happened. Is
Or
that what it is?
what he saw in Discord.
Well, that's his opinion. He surmises it.
If you're unhappy with it, tell your side of the story. If
just
you're
did.
unhappy with my side of the story,
Whoa. Now, this one needs verification because this is a little too
It is.
good to be true.
It is him.
The name comes back. Jerry, you know how I hate this, but just go on camera backstage for a couple of seconds.
Yeah, that's him.
Okay.
That's him.
Here we go.
Now, keep in mind, he is Jacques de Molay. He takes secrets to the grave, even when tortured.
Jacques.
How you doing, Yuri? You okay?
I'm sorry. I was taking care of the YouTube echo. I forgot to turn off the YouTube. So I didn't catch the last part.
I was basically calling you Jacques de Molay because you won't reveal the torture they did to you because you're a gentleman.
Man, you're cutting in and out. That's really messing up your carte blanche here.
I'm sorry. I've been lagging on and off all day.
Yeah, I think this is on your end though, Jerry, because I could hear him.
Well, then it is my fault again. Listen. I don't know. I'd like to rewind the tape too, as far as like what you said, Lupe. Did you say any friend can send you a dick pic? It's fine with you?
I did? When was this?
Well, isn't it? FPS. Do you remember actually saying that? I heard you say that. Didn't you say that?
I did. Yeah, that was what we were just joking about right before you came up.
Right. Yeah. And what did Lupe say? She said, "Yeah, anybody can send me a dick pic. It's fine."
Anybody can. That's a bad thing.
So what did I do wrong?
I said you did something wrong?
Apparently, there's something wrong with what I did.
I didn't say there was anything wrong with what you did.
I have a
question. I don't know why I have to lie about a timeline that doesn't. I don't really care. It doesn't make a difference to me. And by the way, I only said to you one time, not 2 times, 1 time. And Shannon is my name.
1 time, yeah.
Ask for it. So I don't know exactly what you want.
1 time, 2 different things. One picture, 1 video. Same penis, 2 different platforms.
No.
Yes.
I sent you.
One still, one still, 1 video. One still, 1 video.
Yeah, 1 day, not 2 times.
But it was 2 images. 2 images. That's 2.
Can I ask this?
I love Jerry.
Who I assume over Discord, because I've never seen this. I never want to see this. I am still scarred from just the fact that Jerry puts his face on camera. So, I'm assuming this was around Discord. Who spread this around? Because I keep hearing all these people saying, "I've seen it."
Jerry spread it around. Jerry sent it out. It's his image.
Well, Jerry sent it to you and Shannon. Is that the name? But who's then just put it out there all over the place to embarrass him?
Who put it on Discord?
Did Jerry do that? Was it you? Was it Shiz? Who was it?
I did.
Were you so enamored with it that you wanted to show the world?
Ta-da!
They asked about it. They asked for proof. Somebody said, "Ew, Jerry sent a dick pic to you." I said, "Yeah, here it is."
Can I ask you this? At the time, I don't know about at the time, did you consider Jerry a friend?
Yeah. I didn't know we weren't friends anymore, but
I'm just wondering why you do that to a friend and Lupe.
I haven't talked to him since he hung up on the StreamYard, actually. I haven't talked to him since.
Full disclosure, Jerry has never told me any of this stuff directly. He's never discounted you as a friend. That's why I'm calling him Jacques Desmoulins.
And I had no idea who that is, by the way.
I don't either.
Jacques Desmoulins is the last of the Knights Templars who the Pope and the King of France took prisoner to get him to tell the secrets of the Knights Templar, and he went to his grave not telling.
Okay.
Oh my god, I thought it was like going to be a SpongeBob name. I didn't know it was a real person. Sorry. Jacques Desmoulins.
You know, I'm sure that he's curious, Yuri, since it's already out there. I'm sure Todd wants to see it. If you can direct him where to go, take a look.
I'm
Well,
really
Sarge
curious.
saw
If you
it. It's in a
understand
public
what's going on
Discord,
right
so.
I'd like to know what's going on right now.
I'm sorry, I couldn't.
Do you understand
hear
what's
that.
happening, Lupe?
I can't
Are you
understand you,
listening
Darren.
to
I'm
what's
sorry.
happening? I said, are you listening to what's happening here?
Yeah. Are you?
She's
I'm
surrounded by
asking
dicks.
you.
I'm not sure
Yeah.
what's happening here.
I said, yeah. Are you?
All right,
little
recap.
delay.
Recap. Old Sarge Finkel has made an accusation. Lupe denies it, and Jerry, being the gentleman he is, won't confirm or deny any of it.
So
That means I
Jerry's
didn't
a
for the
lie.
record,
gentleman, but I'm not a lady. Okay.
That
for the
means
record, I
that
have nothing to do with any of it. I'm just here for the entertainment as everybody else is.
And
right.
poor
And
Fact
listen,
Madness knows nothing about this. He just came out the panel to talk about other things, and like Izzy earlier,
look,
we kind of ignored him. I
Oh, I'm
apologize.
sorry. I got
I was
messages on
I was
Discord
just
to come
helping you.
back.
I
Should
was
I
just
come
helping
back at
you
another time?
fill a quota. You know.
and look, I'm just saying, can everybody just hang on? Because I don't really like, I don't want to interrupt. I need to go back to work.
I-
I just need Lupe to listen. You said that I lied. That wasn't true. You lied. What happens next, Lupe?
You lied. What did I lie about?
What did I lie about?
What did I lie about? You lied.
You
I
said
lied.
that I
Where
lied.
was the lie?
You
I did.
accused me of lying
I did. When?
today.
When?
Today. Why are you being disingenuous about this? You straight up lied about me. You lied
When?
about me.
When?
Today.
When was this? What was the lie, Jerry?
Wow, dude. Well, I'm good. I'm good, Finkel.
He
You have a
can't
good
even
one.
repeat. He can't even do it. Oh, Jerry, that's sad.
Thanks for Jerry, and I apologize to drag all this up again. It was dragged up last night on Vegas Vips. Very well edited version.
So he doesn't have to answer the question? That seems weird.
Well,
wait a minute. Hold on.
I
I said I
what-
had nothing to
I'll be here.
hold on now, Guadalupe. You're the one that called him to come up here. I never asked him to
I
come
did,
up
and
here.
I asked him when I lied and what was the lie. I'm
No,
waiting for an answer to the question.
no.
See, he just keeps
I'm gonna
interrupting
do my
and over
best guessing
talking
session
me.
right now because
Mock
you're changing
anything?
the narrative.
Let
still
Jerry
talking.
respond if he's responding.
He's not. He's
You're
over
changing the narrative.
talking me. He's still talking.
So go ahead and talk, liar.
What was the lie, Jerry?
You called me a liar.
What was the lie? What did I call you a liar about? What are you talking
said
about?
that I'm the one who gave that. I'm the one who told Old Sarge the story that he came up with. That I'm the one who's filling his narrative in his head. That he's coming up with this because I gave it to him.
I asked.
And
not-
I said no.
not
I said
accused.
no, and you called me a liar.
No,
I
you
said no, and you
didn't say
called me a
no.
liar.
You didn't pick up the phone. You wouldn't answer the text and all
I
the Discord.
said
You actually
I
didn't.
said I
You
would
actually
not do that
didn't.
with you.
You actually didn't.
I
You
said
said
I
go back
will
to
not. I
work,
will not play this
nurse.
game with you. I told you
You
I will
didn't.
not play this game with you.
Because you
Don't
don't
put
want to
any
play the
words in my
truth.
mouth. I
Because you
haven't
don't
said
want to play
anything.
the
I'm not going to
truth,
do this with
Jerry.
you.
You don't want to play the truth. I know.
I don't want to play the
It's a
truth.
pattern with you.
You just
It's a
got
pattern.
exposed
It's
for
a pattern.
lying.
It's okay. It's okay. We're here
I
for you.
feel like
here for
you
Can
you.
I
you
can
use
I
you
can
use
I
all the
interrupt?
terminology you want, Lupe.
Stop,
You can use all
stop,
the terminology you
please,
want. It doesn't mean
please,
anything.
please stop because I don't feel like we're getting anywhere. I thought maybe we could. That was silly. Let me ask Jerry this. Uh, how many women, I assume, asked you to send that picture to them?
I did not ask Jerry to send that pic.
I didn't ask that. I
Look, you did.
asked.
Look, you did. Only one. Shannon is my name.
Okay, so you sent it. You did
Shannon
send
didn't
it.
ask
You
for
did.
it either.
You did send. Well, now you're speaking for someone else. You did send it to Lupe,
It's a
though,
fact.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just
Did
trying to
I
get the
ask
facts
for
out
it to
there.
be sent? Did I ask
He
for it to
just
be
said
sent?
he just said you didn't. Please.
No, I didn't. I'm
Okay.
asking him
You
myself.
sent it to her.
Jerry, did I ask for it to be sent?
He already said no, Lupe. This is
I'd
my
like him
panel,
to
damn it.
answer him. I'd like him to answer if it's
He
okay.
did already. Try to
I
listen.
didn't hear him.
I don't care. He
You
said
have
it.
you
a
you
few
have
Okay,
times.
well, you
you have
want
the
Mux to
messages.
speak for you. That's
Stop,
okay.
Jerry.
Can
Stop.
I have the,
This
can I
I
have
is
the
don't
me.
floor?
I don't need Mark to speak for
Stop,
me. I don't want
everybody.
anybody.
Stop. I'm just trying to get the facts out there that people agree with. Jerry sent it to this Sharon person. Then wait, no, I'm sorry. Jerry sent it to Lupe uninvited. Later, Shannon asked Jerry for it.
No.
That is what seems to be the agreed upon thing, although now Lupe
No.
is saying no,
Shannon,
never asked
who
for it.
agreed on that? Shannon never asked for it either. You have that information
Either way,
incorrect.
Jerry said we agree. Jerry
You
sent
just
it
made
to
up a lie about
people.
me, so how do you know you're not lying about her?
Jerry. So Jerry sent it to two people. He admits that. And the thing I'm
Yeah, I
having
did send it.
trouble
You know
with
what? As a
is
matter of fact, I did
Jerry,
send it to two
shut
people.
up. The thing I'm having trouble with is somebody who called Jerry a friend decided to just put it out there in public and make fun of him. And I'm getting a text from somebody now who's saying that you guys are just beating the hell out of Jerry on Discord and bullying him. So I don't really know what's going on.
I would like just the floor for a second.
I'm not on Discord.
Jerry probably has no idea why he's been called to this panel by Guadalupe. Jerry, last night Vegas Vips ran a bunch of sniped videos from the past, including one where you came up on our panel kind of in a distraught situation. When that panel was over, I closed that out, which shows me Vegas Vips was recording the entire time. And Vegas edited it to make it look a little different than what really happened. And unfortunately, I'll have the original to play back. And I didn't want to really drag that up again. But also in Discovery, I found out more information that I didn't like. And Guadalupe Guacamole is welcome to scroll back. And if she thinks I defamed her or lied or did anything unfair, she's more than welcome to sue me.
No, I would never think. Never.
Guadalupe, are you as hot as you fucking sound?
Joe, what's up?
Hey, Joe Cool.
She's very disingenuous and deceitful. Sure, that I would say that.
Hold on a minute. Hang on a minute. I went to Vegas Vip's channel for about 3 minutes last night when they were talking about me. And in 3 minutes, the only topic that I heard Todd and Vips discussing and Brick was dicks. And it was my dick. So are you telling me that Vips, Todd, and Brick had a several hour long stream talking about nothing but people's penises?
I want to see that part of it. So, fuck, like you talk about public safety's cock. That's interesting.
And they're worried about me.
I don't find any humor in this. I was being messaged all day because Sarge has an idea of something that he came up on his own, and I was being accused of giving you that idea. I said no. I said I didn't have nothing to do with it. All the people that I hang around with have their own agency. They can do whatever they please. I don't have to. They don't have to think like me. They don't even have to like me. All I ask is that you respect me. And one of the things when you make up lies about me and you put them out there, that's not respectful. And I'm not cool with it. And I'm good, man. You do you, Guadalupe.
Let me ask some questions, guys, so I can catch up. Let me ask some questions. So
Maybe you could ask it for me, Joe.
Yeah.
I'm going to really interrupt Joe just for one point of clarification.
Yeah.
Jerry, those messages asking you to come to this channel today, did any of those come from me?
No.
Or me.
I heard you say that you wanted me up here. I heard you say you wanted me up here.
No, I said it's a shame Jerry isn't here to answer.
Oh, get the
That's
fuck
a,
out of here,
Is there
dude.
a
that's
short
what I
version,
said.
Jerry?
Your little play on words that doesn't amuse me. You're
It's
not
not
that
play on
clever.
words. That's
Please.
verbatim. You seem mad,
You're not
Jerry.
that
Calm
clever,
down.
Lupe. Go be a nerd.
Have several.
Go
All
be a
right,
nerd.
Oh,
wait.
that's
I'm
you
sorry.
already
I'm
said that this
interrupted.
morning. Hang on, Joe. You already said that this morning, Jerry. Find new information, new material. I'm on vacation. I'm not working this week. Thanks.
Okay, I guess Jerry's gone. I just want to ask him a couple
He
questions.
left already.
Looks like it.
Oh,
I'm not really that interested, but as long as I was going to be tortured, I was going to ask him for a little background and shit. But that's not necessary. No, I'm just trying to add coffee.
now you
I
see. Now you're
saw
only getting
fucking Muck
background
and
from me, and
SARS.
that's only one source.
Well, Guadalupe, let me ask you this. Maybe it'll clarify everything. I don't know. I mean, I'm not even a qualified mediator, but do you, as we speak right now, accuse Jerry of lying? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, then it should be all cleared up because I think that was the issue, was it not?
Yeah, I'm not sure what he thinks I said he lied about or am accusing him of lying. That's why I repeatedly have asked him just to say it, but he's just kind of
Okay, so
talking.
whether or not it happened in the past, at this point, ladies and gentlemen, Lupe is saying it publicly. She is now saying, whether she said it before or not, she is now saying no. She is saying Yuri is not a liar.
Not that I'm aware of. Jerry
I-
hasn't lied to me
I
personally.
still
or
wait.
any...
I still have to circle back because I don't think you ever answered my question, Lupe, unless it was while
What was
you
the
and Jerry were both talking at the same time. Why would you circulate that picture if you? I mean, I wouldn't do it to an enemy, probably.
What's
But
the
when you
question?
said you considered him a friend, why would you just share it around like that?
And
It
can I
was
piggyback?
in
Can I
regard.
piggyback on that question? Muckster?
No, I want Lupe to answer my question.
That's why. That's
I
why
don't
I
want
asked.
people answering for each other.
I got you. Piggyback was on the question, but I'll stand by.
You can follow up afterwards.
Thank you.
Should I go?
Yeah, why would you do that to a friend is my basic question.
He was accused, or sorry, he was denying that he had done it to Shannon. My name is Shannon. When we say Shannon, we don't mean Shannon Shiz here. It's Shannon, my name is. He had denied sending it to Shannon and that he had never done it before. And I said, hey, Jerry sent me a dick pic back in March after I friend zoned him in January. He does it. And everyone said, I'm going to need the receipts. So I posted a screenshot. It wasn't actually the whole dick pic. It wasn't the whole dick pic. It was actually just the screenshots of my DMs. And then other people are like, yo, can we get that dick pic? And I was like, here you go.
Okay, I would like to opine one last thing. Is a true story, the details never change. A made-up story, details change. In a span of less than 10 minutes, Guadalupe said, yes, he denied, and no, he didn't lie. A denial is a lie. So Guadalupe's story has just changed in a very short period of time.
How did it change? What did I change there?
Jerry never lied, and Jerry denied, which is a form of lying. Jerry, did you XYZ? Why, no, I didn't. That's a denial.
He denied it. He lied if he really did it. I get it.
I'm not following Fink. I'm sorry.
He's just saying that you're accusing him of, hey, Jerry, did you do this? No, I didn't. If he really did do it, that's a lie.
No,
So-
Jerry always admitted it. Jerry has always admitted that he sent them. He's never
And the
denied
details
sending them.
change again. He
No.
never lied. He lied. Oh, no, he never lied.
I think you're the only one who thinks these things. Fink.
Well,
You seem
who was on
confused.
Discord? Who was on Discord, Lupe, saying that they didn't believe you?
Nobody. They just said receipts. They just said, "Oh my God, is this true?" And I said, "Yeah."
Well, that happens to me all the time, especially with my court stuff, because people are dying to know what my argument's going to be in court. So I get, and it's usually Wrangler's
That's all it was.
idiot followers, but they send me these, comments to suggest that I'm lying, and they go, "Well, we'll show receipts," so knowing they're talking about my court material, right? But they do it to me all the time, and I'm put in that corner to make that difficult decision of whether or not I have to prove to my audience
It was just
or not.
It was
You know
just
what I mean?
that.
Based on a logical decision, it has to be logical at the end of the day. So I think some people are just a little upset. And again, I'm not involved in this. I couldn't give a shit less.
I think it just lined up with a pattern of repeating poor decisions in history on the internet made by Jerry.
And then I
people
also
were
think
trying to put together a timeline and receipts and
I
all
would
that. That's all
I
it
would
was.
concur that trusting Guadalupe is poor judgment.
Well,
I've had
yeah,
poor
'cause
judgment in judging people too.
But I
I
think the
asked
other side of
Jerry
the
to
coin,
trust me.
Lupe, listen, the other side of the coin is this. Two wrongs don't make a right, right? You agree with that?
Oh, absolutely. Sure.
And maybe you also have to accept your part in this, which was posting it as proof, right?
Oh, nasty horseshit. That's what I do. That's what I do. I've never denied being a troll and exposing pieces of shit. I'm sorry for exposing bad men's behavior. How
and
dare
that
I?
actually may have inherently been what we said when you very first jumped on panel. Lupe and me, and I'm one too. We're assholes like that. We expose motherfuckers. You know,
I'm
now I'm not
sorry that I
calling.
exposed Jerry's poor behavior as a man and a human, but somebody should, so I did. And Shannon did, and me and Shannon did, and then Shiz did, but it's still not enough. So
But I
form your
also
own
think
opinions. If you like Jerry, like Jerry. I'm not stopping you from that.
Oh, and
I never said
newsflash,
that.
people, Jerry has a dick. He does have one. There's photographs to prove it, as a matter of fact.
Never
So,
said anything bad
you know,
about
if you're
Jerry's
going to
dick
dislike
either.
him just because he's got a dick and someone's seen it, you know, that's kind of some pretty
Nothing wrong
strict
with the
rules.
dick.
I don't know. I haven't. Now Guadalupe porn bombed Generally Specific, and according to that, she has a dick, and I don't really believe she has a dick. So just because
I have a dick?
someone has a picture of a dick doesn't mean that's their dick.
Well, I got you.
I
Yeah,
would
that's a
think.
good point. Well, I was going to say this. With
wish I had a dick.
exposure, Lupe, we have a lot of responsibility to stay as.
I don't even have a channel, Chris. That's
No,
the
I know,
point.
I know, I
They're
know.
so like worried about me. I don't even have a channel. It's not like I put Jerry's channel or dick on my channel. I didn't put a sombrero and make a Mexican hat dance over Jerry's, half flaccid penis.
That would be
Other
a cute
people
video,
did
though,
in
probably.
other people did in Discord. I had no control over that.
Well, I think
That's the most insincere shit I'm gonna hear this morning. I'm guaranteed.
I'm just saying. I mean, if you don't want your dick on the internet, don't send out your dick. Does nobody agree with that? I mean, anybody?
So
Okay.
I think
1000% I agree with
I
that.
think it's
But that
possible I can
wasn't the
ask the
topic.
question I was going to ask, which
Yeah.
or follow up on what Muckster was saying.
Find my tits or pussy out there. You
My
won't.
question is, in a lot of jurisdiction, is it not the case that when you quote unquote revenge post something, then it might be illegal? So in confidence, I believe that he may have sent it to you, and then he may have also in confidence sent it to somebody else, and then that person said, "Oh, he sent it to me," and somebody said, "Here's proof." You could have blurred out enough of the image so that you could say, "Oh, that's the same
Absolutely.
picture that I got." So I'm just curious, if you knew that a lot of people were going to see it, is that not illegal?
Not well. I don't know. It's a public Discord. I don't remember where we first showed
But he
it. I have
sent
to
it
go
to
back
you
and look in the tabs.
in private, though, right? I mean, that's the assertion that I thought I heard. I might be wrong.
DMs aren't private. DMs aren't private. Once you send something to me, it's public.
no, that's not true.
That is
that doesn't make sense. I mean, I don't even.
depends.
I've
It
never been
does.
on Discord.
It depends.
Well, then don't
on,
speak. If you've never been on there, then you don't know.
Right.
hold
I
on.
asked.
We're
I asked the
talking
question.
law.
Yeah,
We're
I don't
talking
know.
law.
I don't have a Discord server.
What Generally Specific would call Cornhub, I believe, that is publicly safe facing. Of course, you have to log in, and I guess you have to pay something for it.
No, Pornhub
But
is
it
free.
is open to the public. Oh, okay, it's free. Okay, I wouldn't know that. Now,
Pornhub.com. You can log on to it, and you're going to get a million frees right there on the main page.
I'll take your word for it on that one. I'm not going to test it out, but that and sites like it are where people do revenge porn, and to Chris's point, is illegal.
No, you can't post revenge porn. Those are all actresses on Pornhub.
Well, I think let's
Revenge porn would have to be private.
Let's get back to the legal
And it wasn't
stuff of
porn,
this.
it's just a
This
dick
is
pic.
interesting because I think, you know, some people could be charged under the wiretapping laws on this kind of thing. So it's a good point to talk about. Here's the thing.
Jerry should charge me.
Is a DM, if that's where it was sent, and we're not trying to interrogate you, Lupe. I don't think anybody's going to shoot to press charges on your ass. It'd be silly.
They can try.
But is it illegal? That is a good question that I'm interested in because, you know, I'm always open to learn law.
Good question.
Privacy is the key word in that statute, in every state that I've ever read that statute in. So could a reasonable person expect that they're in a private forum when they're having the discussion? That's how the law reads. Okay. So the question here would be, is a DM a private forum or reasonably expected to be private?
It's
Meaning
a DM
between
on
you
a
and one
public.
other person.
It's on a public platform, though.
That's not the law, though, because the public platform has separations of its own.
I don't know
platform.
the law. I don't know what law you're citing.
No,
I haven't read U.S. code or state codes on it, but when I hear about porn bombing, this is not porn bombing. My girlfriend and I decide we're going to be sharing intimate pictures of each other or maybe of ourselves in the act, and we share it between each other. That's not revenge porn. I'm sorry, I'm using the wrong term. Now, if we break up and she's mad at me and she wants to send it to a site, public or semi-public, that's revenge porn, and that's what you hear about people getting in legal trouble for. I don't know the U.S. code or the state codes that cover that, but you hear about it all the time in the news.
Yeah, and I don't know there's any revenge here. That whole part of it is not making sense to me. Me and Jerry have been talking this whole time. I'm still a mod on his channel. He's made several live streams. I'm never gonna unmod Scott or Lupe. They're my friend. Like recently, like 3 days ago. So he's just having a bad moment again. That's all.
Fair enough. It's not revenge.
No.
I don't know what to call it when somebody wants somebody off a channel because they want to take over the channel. And
I don't want to take over his
somebody
channel.
else. No, you don't. Of course not. You like the anonymity of being a troll. But let's hypothetically, let's say somebody wants to force somebody off of a channel, and they do this. That's kind of like revenge. Okay, maybe revenge isn't the right word, but it's vindictive. You're doing it with a purpose, and the purpose is to get somebody off a channel so somebody else can have more control of the channel.
No, the purpose is to show Jerry's behavior, his poor decisions and behavior. Actually, nobody has any control over Jerry's channel, nor wants it. Over his channel, over his server, nothing like that. You're reaching, Sarge.
I like you, Lupe. I'm not against you here. I don't even have a dog in this particular topic. However, I am going to say that there are a lot of laws that revolve around this type of thing. I don't know. I'm not even studying it to think whether it was illegal or not. I'm just very curious into the legal aspects because it depends on if you're in a two-party consent state, whether or not you can share it once it's been given to you. But sexually explicit photos have laws
become
of
my
their
property.
Own. Yeah, but they have laws of their own.
It's likely. It's likely that no one expected, that he did not expect for anyone else to see that, given that he gave it to you.
Where else were they seen publicly? Exactly.
No other place other than where you put it.
No other place other where you put it.
I thought that was the question. Wait, stop.
That's not public.
That was the question I asked you earlier. I thought you agree. You said you were the one that shared it around Discord.
Discord.
You just said, how did anybody else see it?
That's not public. That's not like I put it on the whole internet and the web somewhere. I put it on
you could say the same thing about the internet, that it's limited, but
it's limited.
You said it's a public server. Anybody could go there.
They have to go there to see it.
Well, you have to go to somebody's house to hear things too. You have to go. But anyway, that isn't where I wanted to go with you.
Well,
The
they're
recent
both
It is.
guys.
the
Well,
recent
then,
inaccurate
so why hasn't Jerry
insinuation
pressed
was that
charges? Then advise Jerry how to press charges further.
No, I don't think anybody wants to do that. But
No.
but at the end of
the
the day,
recent
they're both
Because
guilty.
he
insinuation
can't.
the
Because he
recent
can't.
insinuation we just heard pointed at me was that I am reaching. What I'm reaching for is the dial underneath the stove that the chicken's on top of to make the chicken dance. And what we're seeing is a tap dance. Dance, Lupe, dance.
Can
I
I?
think they're both in the wrong, though, if you think about this,
Well,
because if
yeah.
she
Dancing.
Stop.
Let's get it.
I'm doing my tyrant thing again because there's stuff I want to hit that came up along the way. One thing I will say this on the whole who the message belongs to and stuff. I am not a lawyer, but I play one on YouTube. To me, if somebody sends me an email, I can do whatever I want with that.
Yeah,
Right.
your property.
It's called intellectual
And
property.
there's no wiretapping thing or anything like that when somebody does that. The what was the other thing? Oh,
Unless you have an
I'm not.
agreement
Shut
for-
up, Chris.
Well,
I told you I'm tyranning right now. The other thing I want to get back to is I am not sure. I am now speaking for somebody else. I think there was a misunderstanding. I'm just trying to put things together in my mind. But Sarge, were you saying
That's me.
that they were doing something when you said about trying to force somebody off a channel?
Yeah.
Were you talking about Jerry's own channel, or were you talking about the fact that Jerry had joined FPS?
Jerry was for a while on F3, and right around this time, he was pushed out of F3. Now, the explanation on F3, the public explanation, was that we're going to go with combat vets only, like Scotto. Right, Scotto was in both Iraq and Afghanistan, if I'm correct.
Are you talking about Scotto or Jeff?
Oh, no. Well, yeah, Jeff is a combat veteran. But Jeff had a low standing in that channel. And suddenly around early May, Jerry was pushed out and Scotto rose. And as we saw earlier in the stream.
You keep saying Scotto.
You're right. I'm sorry. Jeff. I'm sorry. I'm getting the combat veterans confused. Jeff. Jeff rose as Jerry was pushed out, and there were puppet strings behind that. And I don't even think Josh knows about it. But if you go to that channel now, you will see that the email registered to that channel in St. Louis, Missouri, is an email that goes to West Virginia. That's something about cock McLonger balls or some bullshit like that. And the reason I figured that out is because someone accused you of sending a certain kind of email. It's a long twisted story, but basically what I was insinuating
what did you do now? I'm sorry, go ahead.
What I was insinuating was that Jerry was pushed out with the information of this this dick pic that was nobody's business but Jerry's and the person he sent it to.
Okay, I feel this is a blank spot. I'm dying to say this. Tiffany is sending you material right now, old Sarge, and I need to make the point. Okay?
My phone is blowing up on text.
There should be two statutes that you can reference in this particular scenario that could both apply. Now, I want to say that as an unbiased person in this subject, in which I absolutely do not care about dick pics flying around and who gets them. I don't care. So my point is, who was in the wrong? That's the discussion. Let's talk about that. Well, both of them are in the wrong because first, Yuri, I love you. You're a great guy, but you're not supposed to send unsolicited pornography to people. It is illegal. Guadalupe, you are not supposed to revenge for that thing publicly. That is also illegal. And both statutes are on the way to you, old Sarge, if you want to show them. Now,
I would agree, except for the revenge part. There was
well,
no
it is a
revenge
law.
part of it. No, it's not a revenge. I just did it to do it. There was no vengeance part
Well,
of
no,
it.
I understand, and I'm sure
Well,
Yuri
then
would have his argument. You know, that's what court's for. But here's the thing: nobody is suggesting anybody get charged for anything. What we're
I
suggesting
am.
is
Charge me, Jerry.
no, nobody's
Charge
going
me.
to charge you, Lupe. Jeez,
No, just like you're
nobody's
not
going to do
going
that.
to sue.
Charge me, Jerry. I'm
I
waiting.
I'm probably using
personally,
the wrong term. Revenge is
yeah,
more vengeance than revenge. Revenge
I
is when you're getting back at somebody. Vengeance is when you're just going out.
It was just to highlight his
lost
poor
you,
behavior.
Sarge.
Dance, chicken dance.
Sarge,
His
you,
poor
you went.
behavior.
laws
Let me
Does that
aren't
make you feel
passed
better,
in all
Frank?
states.
Chicken dance.
Stop. We got too many people talking.
Tiffany's,
But let me
Oh my God.
Tiffany's trying to read you guys something.
let me say this. In my limited understanding, I think I agree with Sarge. I don't think this was technically revenge porn, but I do think it is a bad thing to do to a friend. And let me throw something else in that I've wanted to say for a while. I wanted to mention it while Jerry was here, actually, just to show you where I stand. Now, I only got to know Jerry just right before this all blew up. He came on our panel. I think I kicked him out. But then he came back and we talked. And anyway, I kind of like Jerry, and this thing blew up. And let me tell you what I have said to Jerry publicly, but nobody would know about it because, we only get 3 people watching at any time. I told Jerry, however it happened, he was stupid. That's where I stand on it. Go ahead.
Yep,
I think Tiffany wanted to try to actually mention the law.
Well, no, she ducked out on it. She's sending
sorry.
some stuff over just so you can see. But here's the thing: just because we're reading law, the only reason we're doing that is because the law is created for people to be able to figure out what's right and wrong. The laws are based on morals. Okay, like what should we do or what shouldn't we do to our fellow people, right? That's the only reason that I'm even referencing any type of statutes whatsoever, because I find it completely preposterous and ridiculous to think that anybody within this group is going to try to press charges on it. I mean, that's ridiculous. But I also think we're trying to figure out who's right and who's wrong. And maybe it's both. And that's the point I'm trying to bring to the table for you guys, for Lupe and Yuri. Maybe you all were both wrong. And if you both just accept it, you can move forward.
Yeah.
I've said the same thing along the line, Chris. I thought Jerry
tried
shouldn't
to.
have done it, and I don't think Lupe was a good friend by sharing them.
Yeah.
I tried to get Jerry help too. Oh, sorry. Thanks.
A couple hours ago, I started what I thought was going to be about a 1-hour stream, and I made some assertions. And we can see who not only tried to come up once, but came up twice, the second time only after someone defended her. And we see the tap dancing that is going on.
Should I go? It was your moderator, Stephanie.
It's
Jenks.
entirely up to you as long as you don't.
No, she messaged me. She actually said, Fink and them asked you to come back on panel.
Hold
So
on.
Boston,
wait a minute. Whoa.
You can ask Stephanie. She did it on Discord.
Hey, what's this shit that Boston's saying in chat?
Oh God, who knows?
No, I'm gonna definitely stand up for this. What the fuck are you talking about, Boston? He said I'm dragging a murdered vet's name through the mud last week. Bring it. What are you talking about?
Is he insinuating?
Is this a Donald Cameron thing?
I mean, is that what you're trying to say, Boston? You're saying that Donald Atwater Cameron, that I've drug his name through the mud?
I have never heard Chris. Admittedly, I have a limited viewing policy, but I have never heard Chris say anything anti Donald Cameron. I've heard Chris talk about the fact that Kaiser is a murdering piece of shit.
I've also talked about the facts that have been brought forth through Michael Kaiser. So if he's insinuating that I'm in the wrong for telling what Michael Kaiser has said
and did,
you're pointing at the wrong motherfucker, Boston. Better get your finger turned back in the right direction.
I don't know, but that whole thing will be wrapped up December 24th. I'm sorry. But Chris has never, if we're talking about Donald Atwater Cameron Jr., Chris has never, to my knowledge, dragged his name through the mud.
He made a post in regard Team Skeptic. He made a comment that I think he's since edited.
I don't know who Team Skeptic is, but okay.
I said what Michael Kaiser had said on a recorded call, and if you don't like what Michael Kaiser's saying, that's what we agree on. That was my purpose.
No, I think that's where. Yeah, I think that's where it got lost. That you were repeating Kaiser, and everyone was like, "Oh, Chris is saying this shit about Cameron," when really it was you were repeating Kaiser.
I was
that's
saying.
all. That's why you
the
edited
comment.
it.
Yeah, the comment was literally, "I have a recorded call of Kaiser saying
that's all
this."
It was. I get
To
that.
Aiden's point, I've never met Mr. Cameron, and I never heard of him until I saw Shiz's Dark Side of the Tube when Vegas Vips pointed that out because I asked, "Who's Fraud at Wrangler?" And he pointed out that particular video. But I have met some of his former coworkers. Anyway, I made assertions, and Guadalupe's desperately trying to wiggle around it. And
no, I'm not. You can assert things. I'm not wiggling around things.
For anyone who thinks
if I was wiggling around it, I wouldn't be here.
For anyone who thinks I'm lying, most of you are also in that publicly facing Discord, and you see enough of my points to be true, enough to, you can either call me a liar, or you can confirm, or you can stay in secret and say, I didn't know. Yes, I did say come back.
Nobody can call you a liar for an opinion.
Oh, I didn't ask for you to come back, as you well know. It was suggested that we let you come back, and I said, "Oh well, okay, we'll let you come back if she really wants to."
I appreciate it, and I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you wanted your chance to dance. We appreciate
to give my side of the story. If that's dancing, then I'll dance. That's weird, but okay. Anything else?
Jolie, I've never believed anything Kaiser's ever said, other than the fact that he's admitted a little bit half-assed to his crimes, but. I expose Michael Kaiser, regardless if you like what Michael Kaiser is doing or not. That has nothing to do with my exposing what he's doing. I am going to continue to expose, and we're not going to like the things he's doing. We share that in common. I hate what Michael Kaiser does. He's an awful piece of shit, and he lies. But his lies also need to be exposed truthfully. Right? If I'm going to expose, I'm going to do it truthfully. I don't understand how people are trying to point a finger at me for not, and I know Jolie's not, but I'm just saying it kind of upsets me that anyone's accusing me of Michael Kaiser's shit. I mean, I don't have nothing to do with that dumb. I'm going to try to refrain my language for respect for your channel, but
thank you.
I mean. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm talking to me. I said, "Oh, fuck my channel."
Yeah, I mean, fuck that motherfucker. Why ain't he in prison already? Why didn't he get the lethal injection that they had on him? Over a fucking clerical error?
I suspect, from who I've seen in the chat and who's texting the shit out of me, I suspect there's nobody listening to my voice right now who would disagree that Kaiser double talks, lies, cheats, grifts, steals, and yes, we all know what he did Christmas season of 2009.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of people don't want to hear the truth because it sucks, which is what's being said, even if what's being said is lies. But it's important that people that are going to get involved in this need to understand exactly what's being said and who needs to pinpoint for the thing being put out there. So I don't know if you guys are aware, but from what I understand from Tiffany, it's over some shit in Skeptic's comment thread. He had particularly put a video out specifically claiming or calling Kaiser out for recorded calls that they had together. And I too have recorded calls of Kaiser in which he needs to be exposed for. One of those calls was he had made a claim, and I'm not even going to repeat it because so many people are upset about what was said. But what was said, I put word for word calling him out for what he said. And I clearly said that he was full of shit, that Kaiser was full of shit. So, you know, that's the topic. Like, that's what's being discussed.
That's kind of what YouTube is all about. I was recently accused of sexualizing an act of violence by people who cheer a guy who sexualized an act of violence. When my pointing out an act of violence, I never sexualize because they don't understand the word arouse, but they seem to not understand using a woman's breast to protect herself. So, you know, the same people who will opine one way for whatever narrative will reverse their opinion for another.
We got people in the chat that are literally not listening to this exact topic.
I think, to be fair, I also, as soon as Muckster pointed out, Finkel, that was a dramatic like reenactment, I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. And I think Chris, the problem with yours is there's no validation that those calls were ever actually made.
Understood, Lupe. And listen, that's what I was just going to say.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, and maybe I shouldn't have presented it to the public at all if I wasn't prepared to put it out yet. But the reason I'm not putting it out is because I've been asked not to by the investigator who has the recording. I'm not going to fuck up an investigation just because of everybody's curiosity.
Yes, yes. I don't blame you there. Yes.
Just that's what it's about.
Hand it over and let them deal with it.
Already did.
I get that.
Yep.
I get that. I appreciate you edited it and clarified it and everything. Tiffany took a lot of shit again that day. Yeah, it all worked out.
I apologize to the audience and for public safety and to Muckster. My intended 1 hour stream is now 3 hours and 41 minutes. I'm going to rage quit now. I'll leave it up to Muckster. Do you want to keep the stream going after I rage quit, or do you want me to end the stream?
Well, let people have their final says, because actually I believe I can never tell what the schedule is, but I believe my aide is going to be coming soon, and I won't be able to sit here and talk freely.
I like that. Let's go around the table for any last words for public safety.
I'm all for staying long enough to call Boston out with this bullshit. I want to get it clarified.
Well, get your last words out because I'm about to close this shop.
All right, Boston, listen, motherfucker. Here's the thing. You pointing your finger at me about exposing Kaiser and trying to get his ass where he belongs, which is behind a lethal injection needle. Where the fuck are you at and doing anything about it? You say you're protecting Donald Atwater Cameron's legacy. Get the fuck on board and stop pointing fingers at people that are actually doing the fucking work, bitch.
Amen, brother. Amen.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, Guadalupe Guacamole.
I thank the panel for allowing me the time to clarify, and I wish everybody well, including Jerry.
And Muckster, you got any little final words?
Well, you know, I don't usually like to put out my own opinions, but I guess I do have a couple of things to say. First of all, I think it's been a pretty good discussion today, and I really want to thank everybody who came up on panel. And I want to thank the people in chat, even the ones who seem to be kind of stupid, but I'm not going to call out that Otso on the air. I always appreciate people coming in. I am glad that Lupe came in to talk. Everybody keeps giving all the credit to Izzy. I was also telling Sarge that I didn't think you would come up here and porn bomb us or anything. I
appreciate
still am not totally sure what to think about a lot of these things. There's a lot of these things I don't care a whole lot about. But I think just from the facts that seem to be agreed on, I will say, Lupe, I always liked you, but I think you were a bad friend sharing those pictures. But then I tell you, I don't crawl into that Discord hole. All I know about Discord is I have two friends that set up rooms where I could talk to them, one of them so that I could go off and do something useful, like kill goblins and dark elves. So yeah, and which is another thing. I know Josh in his drunken rant that night called us dorks over here. And I want to say to you, Josh, or anybody else who thinks I am a dork, I am not a dork. I am a super dork. I am the king of dorks because, yes, I do go out there and kill goblins. I think I hit everything. But seriously, I do appreciate everybody that was on panel, whether I agree with everything they said, and I appreciate the people that come into chat, even if I think you're a moron. But go ahead.
All right. Last and least, which might get me kicked off the panel, I'm going to plug a couple shows I know going on across the street that might be more fun. The first, the least important, if you're really bored around 6:15 p.m., I think, I'm honoring a request for some drama. And then after that, around 9 p.m., at the risk of being kicked off the stage, I'm going to point out some fun across the street at Master Sergeant Retired on F3.
I did not do that.
Just kidding, Muckster did not do that, but I am going to end the show
Well,
now.
I do have to put one last word in. If you're going to insist on plugging other places, my only thing to say to that is
No, 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 no.
No advertising. No advertising, Scott.